What's happening, y'all? What is happening out there? This is the Bantha Bunch Show. And I am your host, Bill, your favorite cousin's favorite cousin. And I am joined by none other than the beautiful, the amazing, the talented Kirsten Cobb.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were talking about 9.
That's right. You did. It is also the lovable, the cold-blooded, the most cold-blooded nigga in the world. It's 9. What's happening?
I think we're listening to the most cold-blooded nigga in the world right now.
Oh no. There's more cold niggas than him. That's why he's
when you run a nigga out of town like the Wild West, you got to go all the way back to Canada.
I'm still perplexed by that. Jesus. Billie Eilish album came out, and I was just like, I hope Billie disses someone on this. I was like, I hope Billie just disses.
Who Billie got beef with? Well, I'll tell you, Billie Eilish has been talking to Drake since she was about 16, 17 years old. So who knows what's going on? Who knows what's going on there? Did I just spill some tea? Hold on, let me get some paper towels real quick.
Yeah. How old is Billie Eilish?
It's known.
Exactly.
Well, because didn't he drop into her comment section on one of her Instagrams? She was like, finally 18, and he's like, I've been waiting.
Oh, because you really did say that?
Yes.
You're not lying.
Millie Bobby Brown too. He's literally
he didn't take it down either. He don't care. He's trifling.
Wow.
He's been in Millie Bobby Brown's DMs since Stranger Things came out.
Yeah, he's actually got her phone number. So.
I have a theory that Kendrick's verse on Meet the Grams about an 11-year-old daughter was like a slight allusion to 11, Millie Bobby Brown. I have that theory, but at the same time, I'm like, wait, that still doesn't make sense.
He hit a child before, so this
I still don't care. It's still it's still just a hard song. It wouldn't be for me, but
you know he's under investigation by Toronto police for faking that shooting.
Wait, that was a fake shooting?
The security company is owned by Drake, and the time slots that they were called, and then when they called the police were off, and so the Toronto detectives were like, wait a minute, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
So now they're crawling up his ass pretty hard.
That's pretty insane.
There's no
That's
safe
actually incredible.
Bye, Aubrey.
Okay, hold on. This is wild.
Has Drake ever slid into your DMs, Kirsten?
No, he'd have had to slide right the fuck
This
back
is
out.
wild.
You know what? It was the braids.
It wasn't the braids?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Do we have someone at the door?
There's somebody at the door. You guys locked it? Hold on a second.
Oh shit.
Check it out. It is Terry Shabazz T, producer Shabazz.
Professor T in the house, because today, all you Terrence Howard lovers and Terrence Howards, I'm taking you to fucking school over your bullshit.
Oh, are you talking about? I didn't watch any of it. I didn't watch any of it.
So much time on that.
We previously had talked about Terrence Howard, his Oxford University lecture that he gave.
Yep, that's the only reason I was like, we're going to talk about it, because we already I
didn't know that we were talking about that.
We already kind of got into it, man. And I wasn't going to talk. I was. That night we were like, okay, this nigga's crazy, and then moved on to the next thing. But what kept creeping into my mind is like, is this nigga right? Like, what?
No.
Oh, hold on! Don't spoil things. We got
spoiler. No.
Oh, I'm just letting you know.
We teasing this, but this for real. That's what made me watch the Joe Rogan one. It's just it's like, yo, what if this nigga's right? Because let's just go on the guys that if he is right, then he be so fucking crazy. He's so crazy, nobody would believe him because he's fucking crazy, but he'd be right. I'm just saying, if he was right, that would be.
How would he be correct in any realm? Would he be correct?
Well,
I can't get over the auburn wig. I can't let it go. It was so hard. There was no blended place. It made no sense. It came out of left field. This nigga's
Ben. Yeah. So like we could probably pull that clip up in a little bit because Ben said 1 × 1 = 2.
Yes. That is.
When I immediately saw this is a reference to Terrence Howard's theory. But it's also like when I look at it, I can only think about like Beyonce's song 1 + 1.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was remixed to 1 × 1 = 2.
That was a decent song.
Decent.
Nigga, what do you want from me? I'm not a huge Beyonce fan.
What more?
It's a fucking beautiful song. It is so good.
Well, excuse me, I didn't mean to insult your girlfriend.
That was kind of insulting. Yeah.
I see. I can't say. I
can't even say that Beyonce's my girlfriend. I respect her too much.
I couldn't tell if Kirsten was saying sorry to disrespect your girlfriend or sorry to disrespect you, girlfriend.
Oh, I mean, both are sufficient.
They both work, right?
Yeah. They both work.
They both work. Choose your own adventure.
Right. That's why I was clueless for a few seconds.
I will get my revenge. I am dropping the Kirsten diss track soon.
And I will return in kind.
That's right, guys. So we're all here. We're all ready to jeer and boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, I just want to say that documentaries have been getting kind of juicy this week. You know, I mean, not this week, this year. They've been real juicy. You know what I mean? Like niggas, and also just like the beefs, like we were talking about earlier, Drake and Kendrick. You know,
I see that people.
It's getting crazy out there. So I was thinking, where did we hear about this? Why wasn't there like some kind of signs that we could see this shit coming? Then I started thinking, then started remembering that nigga Cat Williams told us about this shit.
Yeah, he kind of did. No, he laid it all out like a map.
He said that this would be the year that all of the diddlers and the sex fiends and the freaks, freaks, that this will be the year that all of that comes out. He said that's the year. This is the year for all of that shit to come to light.
For all the fans,
all you kids, you people who touching kids and DMing kids, for all you niggas, it's bad. It's over for all you niggas.
Okay, but name a year where we haven't outed some pedophile or sexual assaulter in Hollywood.
That's true, at least for like
ironically, 1969 was the only year in recorded history. Ironically,
who got it last year?
Was basically saying, you know what?
Are you serious?
This year is when the sky's gonna be.
We
blue.
went to the moon.
Who got it last year?
Huh?
Who was it last year?
Yeah,
I don't know. Just like
I
actually
started like Kevin Spacey's was last year.
No,
it wasn't. It started a while ago.
Oh yeah, see a few years ago. So who
started? It was that dude from Wednesday.
Hold on.
It was that dude from Wednesday.
Yes, and the dude he was also in Star Trek Discovery. Like that's what started. And that was like 2018.
Actually, honestly, to answer your question, Terry, just take a dart out and throw it at any board, and it will land on a name that got outed.
So I'm just like, what Catwoman was like? Oh, the sky is blue, my G. Water makes things wet. Of course.
Yeah.
No, you said that they was. Well, let me just put it like this: you ain't seen this many big stars coming with falling down from grace. Not
I would say Me Too had more.
Me Too did not have big stars. Plus,
Me Too had big stars. Me and Kirsten will fight you on this one.
The biggest one was
big ass stars.
Who? Name all the ones that as big as Drake or as big as
when you're saying like the whole Me Too
stars, that's relative. That's really relative to opinion.
I'm talking about stars. I'm not just talking about niggas that you know. I'm talking about stars. People
Louis C.K., Kevin Spacey.
That's a very small space, but
it's not.
Okay, but like, isn't
trying to pick out things just to make.
Isn't Bill Cosby part of the Me Too?
Yes, Bill Cosby.
Yes, he was.
And he's not a big star, Bill.
Yeah, first of all, don't give me that.
No, first of all, y'all are wild off base. Bill Cosby was this. They were talking about that shit in 1996. So that's not new. That's not cancel culture. He lost his show in the 90s because of the allegations.
Well, we're talking about.
But that's not what you asked us to answer. What big stars went down, and who went down during Me Too?
I said last year. Then you brought up Me Too because you're changing the goal.
You asked who was it last year, and I gave we got an example.
I'll sacrifice my search history. And look
okay, we're talking too much.
Exactly. Hold on. Because y'all can't just talk over me. Because you asked me who.
I mean, we can.
Because I said 2020. Okay. I said that's what I said first of all. First of all, I said last year. Then y'all brought up 2020 Me Too movement. So then, I'm talking about big stars.
But we didn't just bring it up. That you're misleading people right there because we did not just bring it up. You said at that point, this is the biggest one that we've had this year.
No. First of all, that is
don't say we just brought it up.
That's not what I said. I said, okay, let me start over.
I see dead people.
Because clearly you're not listening.
No, bro, I'm repeating your own words.
No. What I said at the very beginning of the show is this is I said, first of all, Cat Williams predicted this. He said there will be a lot of people who get outed this year. He did. So then that's what I said first. Then I said, this is the most times we've had this happen. And you said, well, no, it didn't. When this happened, it's like saying water's wet. And I said, well, who did it happen to last year? Because I don't have anybody that it happened to last year. You know what I'm saying? Technically, Diddy shit happened last year, but everybody acted like the shit was fake. So it didn't happen until this year that more people started coming out. And then this year, Drake is the biggest motherfucking musician in the last 20 years. So all I'm saying is,
was Danny Masterson last year? I mean,
I'm sorry, everybody. This is the quickest we've ever started boxing each other. This is a family show. You know, it is a family show. We're all family. We all love each other.
Exactly. Drake is the biggest star.
Danny Masterson was either last year or last.
Danny Masterson went to jail last year. His case has been going on for 3 years.
Yeah, so it's some of this shit just takes forever.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So let's not conflate things. Let's not get crazy. I'm just focusing on last year and this year. This is and also the nigga said it. If the nigga didn't say it, I wouldn't have been saying that he said it. But the fact of the matter, he did say it. It's not like I'm calling him Nigradamus, but he said it. He said, because the thing is, in entertainment, you be hearing shit that's about to be popping off. You be hearing little circles I
mean, that's fine to acknowledge that he said it, but to give him any kind of I
just said that's all I said. He said it. He told us he said it. Did he not? He did.
Okay. So what? So what's the point of him saying it? What relatives that has that anyone else has been saying? Why is that important that he said it?
Because somebody said it. If it had been fucking Shabazz Napier, I'd have said Shabazz Napier said that shit. He's a basketball.
I mean, you know who said it before Cat Williams? Orlando. What's his fucking name? Brown.
Orlando Brown said it about 8 years.
Orlando Brown said it last year before Cat Williams.
That's true.
He said that he got diddled by Diddy. That's what he said. He didn't say everybody.
He said a lot more than that. He said a lot of things. He was basically
love the show and 9. I think the audience has picked some favorites. So I'm just saying. Othelia says, "Oh shit, it's Mr. Terry of the Nation." I was saying, you look like some hookup shit right now. Phil Mage says, and in this year, isn't it strange on X, every post covering any controversy, the comment section no longer has comments pertaining to the topic. Instead, it's memes pushing other topics to make you forget. That's actually every post, regardless.
I think that's a Twitter
is a fucking cesspool right now.
Yeah, what you call it, Bill, earlier, a lawless place.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I said.
That's what Terry. Terry.
That's what you said, Terry.
Yeah, I just hopped in. I hopped in and checked Twitter for a second. I was like, this is ridiculous. I just clicked on any random post and it was just porn on the replies. I was just like, what the fuck is that? I was like, damn.
I mean, there was always a little bit of that, but it's like every single.
Yeah, it's like
all
OnlyFans.
How you expect
advertising?
How you expect them to sell pussy if they don't post it somewhere? You gotta have advertisement where people will be.
I mean,
Twitter is the new street corner.
Damn, that's just because you
feel me on that?
You don't have any feet to post. Well, you have feet, but you don't.
Oh, I got feet. I'm standing on business.
We did a Does It Hold Up episode with Ava Seha, and somebody she told us that she had her shit on Wiki Feet. Like she was like, she felt like that's when she knew she made it because her shit was on Wiki Feet. So somebody put my feet on Wiki Feet, man. Goddamn. I'm out here. Actually, I don't be taking pictures with my toes out because I'm a grown ass black man in America. What the fuck?
You don't wear like slides or anything ever?
I do, but who is getting me photographed with it? Who is gonna?
You never know. You live in LA. Kevin Spacey might be in any bush or corner at any moment taking photos of your toes.
Let me tell you something. If I was gay, Kevin Spacey
sounds like something Andy Dick would do to you.
Oh, I met Andy Dick. Speaking of dudes who will touch you.
And like Andy Dick, his big fall down was what, last year before?
Yeah, it was last year, the year before.
Having a lot of years.
Lizzo, they accused her of sexual harassment.
Has that been settled?
No. I don't know because people stopped talking about
it. I bet she looked like that.
Meg the Stallion got accused.
I put my Lizzo joke in the private chat because I just don't feel like it's tasteful. It's not very tasteful. That's not how I think. It's not how I think at all. But like, it was just sitting right there. But to get back on topic,
people don't know. People won't know that it was that. I might say it later.
All right. Just to get back on topic, though, I actually had an idea for this new, like maybe a screenplay for a movie or TV show or something, right? And it's about an astronaut that gets launched out to a different planet that is like filled, like it's inhabited by a bunch of young men. And he's just inundated and he's trying to like make his way, and the astronaut is just like getting caught up in all of these weird things. The astronaut's name, Kevin Spacey.
Ugh. You ruined it. At first, I was like, that's the plot of a porn I've seen. I know
it. No. The astronaut's name is Kevin Spacey, and he is trying to make his way back home, but he just keeps on falling into dicks.
That sounds like,
I'm right.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Have you been reading like his dream journal or some shit?
No, that's just the.
It sound like it. It sound like his dream journal.
Kevin's basically.
I'm trying to. He is trying to get canceled. You sound like Kevin Spacey doing that. Let me be Frank YouTube video that he put out.
Oh my god, that was just shit.
Is that the one he's in the kitchen?
Yeah,
yes.
It's like,
and he's just like, I will kill America or some shit. I don't know what.
Basically saying that, you want me, you need me, nigga, and you loved it, motherfucker. You love that shit.
Trying to cancel me.
And I fucks my way through the top floor. This motherfucker was not playing games, man.
It was very sexually threatening, and it didn't need to be for an apology video about being sexually threatening. It was sexually threatening.
Should I pull it up, or you got to pull it up
after I pull up this right here? Because this is the breaking news for me. Like, what? This was fake. It was fake. This is crazy.
Why would he do that?
Blow your mind. You guys already know about the beef that has been going on in the rap world between.
Do you?
We already know, so let me figure out.
We know, but do you know?
We are going to unpack all of this, so you better stick around till the end of the video.
No.
You are watching the Star.
Okay, hold on. This seems like.
Not only did he expose Drake as a pedophile, he also got him tied up in multiple controversies. Drake knew there was only one way out of this, and that was to stage a shooting at his own home,
voice shit, dude. I hate
and
this.
is literally registered under Drake's own name.
This is crazy. So the document, documents.
Understand like why he would have a security company register. Like actually, I wouldn't. Yeah, fuck your AI voice. I understand why he would have his own security company. I just think it's weird that he put it under his own name. Yeah, I feel like you would have a head of security that like actually puts that shit in their name or whatever. Just to, like, you know. And maybe it's just all under his umbrella of different, like, you know, businesses that you definitely have to start.
Well, he's actually not good with business and not good with money and has a gambling problem. So maybe he just don't be thinking smart like you, man. He's just not thinking right.
Yeah. I'm very fucked up. It's Memorial Day weekend, and
shout out to everybody. It's Memorial Day weekend.
I walked outside and saw a Cybertruck, and I was just like, "Ooh, brother." Ooh, what is that, what's that, brother? Actually, I do think they're kind of cool looking. I just know that they're trash.
So did you like playing Minecraft? Because that's
I've never actually played Minecraft, but I did play PlayStation 1. It looks like a old ass like Twisted Metal PlayStation 1.
Yeah, it looks like Star Fox, motherfucker, a Star Fox truck from Super Nintendo.
It looks like what you buy if you have way too much money.
There was this game on like Windows 92 or some early version of Windows where your goal was to design a vehicle that had the best aerodynamic, draft, and the vehicle design that had the best results was a truck that looks similar to what the Cybertruck was like. So I feel damn. Elon Musk played this fucking game because
Elon has ghostwriters,
and he basically made this truck and was just like, "It has the best aerodynamics according to this game," and he held on to this bitch until he could finally make the dream car that he did so proud of on his video game.
You saw that first set of Tomb Raider boobs, that early game. And
yeah,
he was like, I want a car shaped just like that.
Looks like that. Have you seen all the fucking asshole incel gamers that are mad that like Lara Croft's boobs for like the new Lara Croft video game?
Not that small.
They're not small. And then they're saying like, oh, she looks like a man. I was like, this chick just looks like a hot London woman or whatever.
Right? Yeah. If anything, she looks hotter because now you can actually see her facial expressions and not just some.
Why? How could you say that she's unhot compared to like the polygon of what she looks like?
Right.
That back? Weird.
But yeah, Athelius, I'm pretty sure we all kind of like were tuned in a little bit to see what Ebony Prince
I have no idea what you're talking about. Somebody's gonna
have this dude on Twitter who used to work at a hotel that Drake left some shit at, and he's been blackmailing. Like he's just been dropping tweets like, I got your fucking shit. You want to know what's in this bag? I got video evidence of some weird shit from the hotel camera footage, and I'm going to drop this shit. And he's just been like, blackmailing Drake over Twitter.
Yeah, see, this
and it didn't actually come to anything. So people are saying like either he got his money from Drake or he actually never had anything or that much.
Or he got the money from Kendrick.
Ooh. He's like, I'm just going to secure this bag for a rainy day.
Either way, you got paid.
If
I'm going to rainy day it,
I'm getting somebody to go over there, vet that shit, and then drop the money off right there, like a bag.
I actually heard this from the Joe Budden podcast, not friends of the show, but
no, not
Joe Budden was like, I if I had the money laying around right now, I would have bought that shit.
Exactly.
Just to have it. I was just like, you could just kind of sell that information to the highest bidder.
I didn't even know that, but I swear to God, I would have done the same thing. Like, and how could us two niggas be thinking about that, and then nobody else had thought about the same thing? Come on, man, that shit coming out soon. What's the countdown? God damn it, what's the countdown? But you know what? You got to be careful now. So you got to vet shit now, because what if Drake put that shit out? He already got fake shootings and shit. Like, what if he put out some fake shit and then Kendrick put that out, and then now it's like, oh, espionage. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got goddamn.
But why would he fake a shooting though?
Because he's an idiot.
Well, to gain to garner sympathy, like what he did get. He took his name off for a minute.
I'd have been more sympathetic if he got shot in his ass, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But also it makes it to where he Kendrick can't keep saying stuff about him because now it's like, well, now
I'm in danger because of your words.
Exactly. Or did you have something to do with it? Like, right? Like now I gotta kind of stay off of it because there's too much heat on that situation. If he did do the fakery, then it was successful. It would have been, what I think he would have gotten out of it, he did. Because but nothing takes the heat off of, I mean, he technically took the heat off of Diddy, but nothing takes the heat off of you more than Diddy. Diddy. God
damn, that was so crazy.
But this is what gets me is just the age of this video and why it never came out, and like, how do you like have an NDA, and how do you like enforce and tell people that hiding a crime, which you can't do with an NDA, how do you make all these people believe that you can just hide a crime with an NDA? That's crazy to me. Like, I'm not in Hollywood. I've never signed. Well, I've signed a couple NDAs, but it's just like, I know, which is common sense would tell me an NDA would just never cover what you did.
No. But
okay, so you're saying that this was okay. So the 616 in LA and Meet the Grams, that came from him.
Gotcha.
From Ebony Prince. Okay, so I was actually wondering if that was Academics going out to. Yeah, I mean, not a friend of the show. It's CJ Academics. I don't think like we really like him, unless it's like, is CJ Academics one of your clones, Terry?
Hell no, not that fat fucker.
Damn.
Okay, my bad. I had a phone call. My bad. Let's see here. What was
your phone call face?
No, this is my reading face. I'm looking at the. I'm trying to see what I missed. This is my catch up face.
Yeah. No, we're still just talking. Random banter. The Diddy, Diddy. That whole video anthology.
Okay, so
the Puck tunnels. Did you guys hear about that? It broke yesterday or this morning.
What?
The Puck tunnels, Bieber and like Jaden Smith.
Hey, hold on. We're gonna get to that because I need to know about it. But first, let me get everybody caught up. Okay. So if you don't know, Diddy had a crazy ass video that came out. Most people hadn't really looked into what the details. You just see the video, you're disgusted. There's nothing to really say. It's a self-explanatory video. One thing though, we might show it a little bit later. One thing I do want to point out, one thing that hasn't been talked about. But to Terry's question, this video got suppressed because Puff Daddy allegedly paid off the security staff and gave them $50,000 to get or secure the tape. Now, what you have to ask yourself is, where did this copy come from if that is the case, right? Like, how did the leak come out? But all you have to do is you have to be knowledgeable of the time period that it happened in, or as a staff member, with all of the allegations coming up and probably rumors that people have heard just being an employee there. All you have to flip. Exactly, just pull up when that happened, when they were there, and then boom, you pull up the clip. And
but I feel like they wouldn't that old of a footage on something. I feel like someone who knew about this would
I'm wearing it around my neck on a USB.
Well, the reason I say that this is the possibility of the most logical possibility is because a lot of these securities firms do save their digital information, and it's not like we got it on videotape these days. It's all digital, so it can be held somewhere in
that is a possibility, but I think it's a smaller one just based on how most of these firms and the data storage would cost too much, that they would erase it periodically, because they would have an insurance clause that says you need to keep this footage for X amount of years, and then after that you can just delete it. And so I was just thinking that it's just It seems odd that it would be for that long. It's mostly like 4 or 5 years, and they would get rid of it. So I would say footage like this would have probably been deleted already.
That's plausible, but I think, well, I mean, like, to that point, bigger platforms are able to afford that cost, such as, just an example is a little different, but just an example, the Olympics, they do drug testing. They keep your blood samples, they do blood samples, not P tests. And they keep those blood samples for over 10 years, and they test them every year, because the advances of steroids and performance enhancing drugs advances so much, so that by the time that they can catch up, sometimes they'll just keep testing just in case. And they've had several cases where they've kept testing, and then like Russia got banned from the Olympics because they were testing old samples and finding that, oh yeah, you motherfuckers been cheating for like 20 years. So then they were able to revoke all of their gold medals and all of their records they had.
So like,
but that kind of story does differ from that. Well, like I said, there's two plausibilities.
Hold on. I'm saying, because that's a physical storage, and we're talking a digital storage. So all I'm saying is, like, those, like I said, your shit is very plausible that they couldn't keep it that long, but it's also plausible that they could, because there are companies that have the capital to afford to do such things.
Well, what I was about to say is that we have two hypotheses and plausibilities that could happen. So we need to go from these two things that we are basically could both be valid. We don't know which one is which. So looking at them both, where do we go from there? Well, so we would have, in your instance, we would have an employee that, I mean, this can go for both. It could still be a person who had the tape either way, just been like, oh, you know what? Fuck this dude. I know when he paid me, either I'm using the copy that I had made, or I'm going back in the data to find this. But just strictly on yours, this could be a new employee who just don't fucking like Diddy.
Right.
Because I'm
just like confused about like how that even works. So let's say that like Diddy actually pays money to keep this shit on the down low.
Right. So
how do you actually enforce something like that?
Because
is it just like a handshake, code of honor, or like
what would have to happen?
Contracts, probably, right?
Well, no, because what would have to happen for any of this to have gotten out in the first place, the security would have had to report it.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, they're breaking not only the law, but that's their job to report any incident that happens. They supposed to report to the police. So what would have had to happen? I mean, it would have been the discretion of whoever was working, whoever was on staff that day, who was on staff. So probably 2-3 guys, you know what I'm saying, working to actually like have access to the video. You know what I'm saying? Not just like security in general, but anyone who probably have access to the video directly, he would have to pay them directly. Unless, because Puffy has this kind of power as well, unless he contacted the actual security firm that has access to the digital copies or the cloud copies or whatever, unless he contacted them and hooked up a deal as well, or both things could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Because $50,000 seemed like a little bit like you took a $50,000 deal from Puffy. Look, nigga, I'm getting about 150,000 from.
Yeah. Triple that.
Yeah. For at least a salaried year for like
if you're gonna extort, aim high.
Can you imagine being the person in the control room and you're just like in there, you've got the dark ass room, you know, the fucking computer screen is like illuminating you and you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like if it was me, I am taking the footage in, like, I'm not telling my bosses or anybody.
Right.
I am just like taking it and then I'm just like contacting this motherfucker directly.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Now you say $50,000 is low, right?
Yeah.
That's a low ball offer,
right?
Yeah.
But is it low when you keep getting $50,000? If this is something that occasionally happens, because to do all the things that P. Diddy did just to get this one tape, That's a lot of work. And it seems like maybe you've already been down this route before. Maybe you always pick this hotel.
But is it a lot of work for him? Or is it a lot of work for his people that work for him?
Or it's still a lot of work unless you've already kind of done this thing and keep doing this thing. Like, you wouldn't take 50K for one video, but hey, if you're doing this every couple months, you can keep giving me that 50K.
I would say that that's a possibility as well. I think it's less likely just because Puffy blew up Kid Cudi's truck. So if he really just didn't want to deal with it, he could just blow up. He could just blow some niggas up.
That is so weird.
So like, I'm just saying, like, we talking about
Kid Cudi alone.
Right? What did he do to you? Like,
we talking about
made good music and you were jealous?
No, he was dating Cassie for a little while, and so he blew up his car, and that was confirmed by Kid Cudi's representatives. Kid Cudi was like, "Look, I ain't snitch, but I mean, if you're asking if my car blew up on the date of July the 5th, 2022, then yes." Yes, that did happen to my car.
But yeah, I'm just saying that he's done this multiple times, and I feel like, like abusers usually keep going to the same place and spots where they know they can get away from stuff like this. And if you're going to cameras and abusing someone on cameras, and you already know you've already gone through all the hard work of paying off the camera dude and knowing you can get away with it with your little measly 50K, you're probably gonna make sure all your abuse is there. So I'm wondering. How many more videos could possibly exist at this place?
Well, to your point about NDAs earlier, there are certain, like Vince McMahon had a whole bunch of crazy allegations that came out about him as well.
Sitting on desk.
Shitting on people's chests while they having threesomes. It's weird. But the reason that all came out is because the
what did you say?
Hold on.
Shitting on people's
the non-disclosure agreement that they had with her, with that lady, it lapsed. Like, Vince stopped paying her, and any payment is a cancellation of the contract. So she came out with the information. So maybe it's a situation where Puff Daddy, like you said earlier, Terry, where he's like paying somebody over the years to keep it quiet, but then he stopped paying them because he was like, fuck it, or he wasn't paying enough attention, or somebody let the shit lapse. Whoever was in charge of paying him got fired, or whatever happened. But like, somehow that shit is, because why wouldn't you have released it in November when this was all brand new? Or why wouldn't you have released it 2-3 years ago? Like, there's plenty of times that you could have released it. So to your point, it maybe that's what happened, because like I said, Vince McMahon had a similar thing. Kirsten, what you think, man? Because you're the only female here. We talking about a female who got beat down.
Honestly, I could never. Yeah, first, I just don't think it's great extorting people in the first place. But I could never imagine not taking that videotape and taking it to someone who could get that girl help. Fuck the money. Fuck Diddy. Because, like, you could keep getting 50K, you could get 100K, you could get 2 million. You could get as much out of Diddy as you want because he's a narcissistic bitch. But why did no one think to take it and help her? He dragged her down the hallway. He kicked her, punched her in the head, and dragged her and her shit.
And we actually, I don't even want to actually show them that.
No, please.
I was shocked when I saw it. It's really gross. It's like,
I'll tell you why I want to show it. I'll tell you why I want to show it, and I don't want to show the action that took place. If you can pull up the video, because I keep finding news reports where they're talking about it for 12 minutes. But if you look at the video, the beginning of the video, before the actual incident takes place, people keep talking about how she acted or reacted after the assault, or during it. But nobody's paying attention to the fact that when she was walking to the elevator, she's basically hunched over. And if you look at when he starts dragging her, her face is swollen. Like, she had just been beaten. She had just been assaulted and was trying to get away. If you just pay attention to the video, because people waiting for the hit. But if you look at her walking to the elevator, she hits the elevator button like this.
It's the because when you look at like Cassie, just like in any other context, you're like, this is a very strong, upright, confident woman, and just the body language in it, I was just like, this is so bad to see someone that like you admire in this type of like just so hurt like that. It's nasty.
Well, like you know,
it's really nasty.
She's just the body language. She's just fucking terrified because I mean, at any given point, most men could kill any of us women at any point.
Yeah, it's just
and so he could have killed her and probably gotten away with it and paid off people for years, and then we'd have been seeing the videotape of her murder. So she's lucky she got out.
Seriously.
Yes, because the hit that he gave her, I mean, open hand or closed hand, like that could have damaged her brain. You know what I mean? Like that could have caused internal.
Like,
well, no, I'm just talking about the initial hit. That alone just could have killed her. Like, never mind the kicking and all that. Dude.
What's that fucking movie with Jennifer Lopez? It's like enough.
Yeah.
Let me just
going to. Yeah, he's going to try to kick you when you're down. I was like, God damn, bro! Like,
right?
That movie is about fucking Diddy.
Have you seen Mother? Have you seen Mother?
With
where
Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh no, I don't actually. I'm not sure. I may have.
Jennifer I think it's called Mother. She plays like an ex-Marine or whatever, and her husband is like a crazy, or her baby daddy is a crazy drug dealer or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy. It's an action porn movie. Not great. The nigga from Power is in it. But the lead nigga.
That does not narrow it down.
Right,
at all.
From Power, just Power, not the books of 100 chapters of Power. I'm talking about just Power.
There's a
lead.
book.
They're all niggas.
The lead. Okay, there's only one lead of the show. There's one nigga that's the lead.
The lad.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Puffy fucking foul. Period.
Yeah.
Is so much more to be said about it, because I don't know if y'all heard about y'all remember Making the Band? You remember the Making the Band?
Yes.
Yeah, what was this stupid band called? Because he actually was holding one of them girls.
Well, no. You're talking about Danny DeCane. I'm talking about the first Making the Band, the original Making the Band, which was
with Dylon.
Yes, with Dylon and Freddie and
Dylon. It's hot fire.
What's his name? Damn, because what was his name? Ace or some shit. Like, dude was talking because remember they had the Dave Chappelle sketch, right? Well, a few of those guys weren't in that video, in that sketch, or one of them wasn't in that. No,
Dylon. It was just Dylon was the only one not in the
No, he wasn't. It was Freddie.
Dylon, did he?
No, it was Freddie. It was Freddie. The other guy that wasn't in the episode was Freddie, who was from like Florida. He's from Liberty City, Florida, and which basically is Miami for those who don't know. And yeah, dude explained in an interview recently why he wasn't on it, and that was because he had some issues with Diddy, which you see in the show. You see that in the show, like they got heat, you know what I mean? And he don't want to do everything that Diddy's telling him, but we not seeing the other shit behind the scenes that he's like fucking with Freddie and shit. But he felt close to Freddie at first, but Freddie is not like just bowing down to this nigga. So one day, Freddie says that one day Diddy came in there and he was like, yo, he sat him down like by himself and like some other his security or whatever. And he was like, yo, nigga, like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, I just feel like you want to hurt me or something. Like, I feel like, nigga, like you just feel like you just that nigga. I can fucking, he said this now. This is what this dude is saying. Puff Daddy said to him, this is a real street nigga being told this by Puff Daddy. Now he's saying, man, I'll fucking send your ass back home. I send your ass back home to Liberty City. I'll fucking buy every fucking house on your fucking block. And I'll shut the lights off in that bitch. And when you walk out, the light will be hanging over your porch light. and a nigga will pop you in your head. And that's what you have to think about every fucking day, nigga. And he was like, no, if a nigga said that shit to you, you might think, oh man, this nigga crazy and talking shit, man. Shut your ass up, bitch ass nigga. I'll fucking. But when you stop and think about it, he was like, man, this nigga really do have the money to buy my block.
Power at the time.
Exactly. He's like, my block ain't nothing. Like, he live in the hood. So like, what? This nigga really could buy everybody's house on my block and just pay a nigga to like get his lights back on to fucking kill me. And he was like, the power be back on your whole block. So things like that have kept people from talking about things like this. You know what I'm saying? That, like Phil May said, yeah, that's why the real creepy. That's why what's real creepy is that the video shows this world is run by money. Alex has a song called Money, by the way. Poor Frisco, Money. Go check it out. Featuring it's a Poor Frisco featuring Lil Frothy, and the song is called Money.
Okay, sure. Put it in the description.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description at some point. But yeah, man, this kind of shit just happens, man. It's like, and in certain cases, it don't even take money. Like certain cases, this shit could just get swept under the rug. You know what I mean? It really don't even take money. It's just that money can afford you the anonymity of being a fucking disgusting psychopath.
Okay, so do you want to do we need to look at the apology even?
Hell no. What do y'all think about apology? I mean,
it's a bunch of bullshit.
I've
seen more authentic apologies from the Kardashians.
Let's just go with how
I kind of want to say, like, this is funny because like this is all good a week ago when he says time tells truth.
Ooh, that aged. Like,
wow,
hot milk.
I think like literally right after this.
No, he's the only person telling the truth. The Puffy is telling y'all the truth. The time tells truth.
Yeah, time tells. Like, he's completely right about that. He is in bars.
Just so y'all know, typically
throw that surveillance footage.
Typically when like a news source is going to release a video of you like this, they call you. So he would have gotten a phone call about this getting released. For sure.
He's tapped in. He's tapped.
What emojis did he use there?
Yeah, what are those emotes? He uses
the
about shit like
black heart and
black heart.
And is that
stars like twirling around each other, stars in space, and then a lightning bolt.
No, like posting that and saying that he knew early seems like, well, I mean, he might believe his own fucking farts that no matter what he did, people will still be on his side. And it's like,
look, he even made it aesthetically fucking match.
Yep.
Yeah.
This nigga did an Instagram grid for his apology video. Oh, suck my dick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't do it. Somebody else.
So it looks like he's just because this also has the same emojis. Love. Was this?
Well, he was called. Well, a lot of people say the time that he was really losing it was when he was calling himself Brother Love. He would change his name again to Brother Love. So that's what I think. Like that's why he's doing all those love things. Like,
about that.
His new thing is like Black Love, Brother Love. Like he's been trying to promote that. But look, man, let's just
trying to get black people behind. Like no matter what happens, y'all, I'm black.
I'm disgusting now.
Hear this? I just feel like you should look at
how I sort out professional help.
Can you turn the mute? Can you mute this nigga?
Going to therapy.
Mute it.
Yeah, because fuck this nigga. I just want to focus on how fucking.
Where the fuck is he at?
A lot of people
he looks like he's
in Indonesia with. So a lot of people saying he's in Indonesia with what's his name? Russell Simmons. Excuse me.
Russell Brand.
Russell
Brand. Russell Simmons and Russell Brand. Shit.
That's the trifecta.
Yeah, Russell Brand got canceled last year too.
Yeah.
Wasn't Russell Brand coming to his defense and stuff?
Yes.
Maybe, but I'm just saying like Russell Simmons is actually in Indonesia in Bali.
Yeah.
And
really?
and he's been doing these like religious retreats and all that shit and he ain't even got no like real. Well, I think he did have one rape allegation. Yeah.
I think he's in Cuba with Pac and Biggie right now, just like talking about the good old days.
He killed both of them niggas, so that ain't
right. Yeah, they don't see him no more.
Yeah, it's just really weird. Yeah, he did say some shit like about like, oh, I'm speaking to a therapist, I'm talking to God. I'm like, I'm like, okay, you have to pull out like every single
celebrity in these comments
thing. Yeah. Oh no. There's some check marks. I'm truly sorry. Now you are.
But who are you sorry to? What are you sorry for?
Mm-hmm.
He's sorry he got caught and that it's dragging him.
I like that one comment. The fuck you apologizing to me for? Apologize to Cassie, nigga.
Exactly. Yeah, like who are you talking to? Right? I don't think he says her name at all in this.
Hey,
no,
he don't. To me, he don't have to apologize to Cassie. He paid Cassie, but let me tell you, apologize to Kid Cudi, nigga. Kid Cudi didn't do nothing to you, man. Why you got Kid Cudi blowing up his truck and shit? My nigga, like, apologize to Kid Cudi.
Day and night.
His marketing and PR team just doing anything now.
Right.
Every super rich person in the world got people like that. Just ask the shareholders from Boeing. Oh yeah,
exactly. There's two people who have been killed by Boeing, and I ain't going allegedly nothing on that.
That you know of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be speaking allegedly the next time I get on a plane because it's probably Boeing or something. I'll be like,
well, shit, don't get on American Airlines. Did y'all hear about that shit? Where they got caught trying to reverse sue the family of a 9-year-old girl who caught a pedophile trying to videotape her in the airplane bathroom.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about?
And then American Airlines is like, bitch, it was your fault.
Well, let's not check for cameras, dummy. The perverts are on planes. You better check for cameras.
Right? It's your responsibility to check for pervs.
That's like the church just coming out and saying, oh, you got molested by a priest? Bitch, we've been told you that. Don't leave your kids alone with them. Damn.
No, I just need to understand something, man. Hold on, man. This sounds like, hold on, I might have to do this.
Okay.
This sounds like to me, man. I ain't gonna lie.
You sure you turn it down?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. This shit sounds like another tentacle of the octopus murders.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
This shit too crazy, right? This Boeing shit, man. And then like, Boeing, what do they use for fuel? They use gas. They use oil. And then who got all the oil? Whitey.
Yeah.
And who wants to destroy the world? Whitey.
Okay.
That's right.
But
but like also, I'm gonna let you go, Terry. But
I was gonna say Boeing's a military contractor. Of course, they'd be connected to the octopus murders because they're in the big government.
They're the only company that makes planes in the United States of America. It's a matter of national security if Boeing gets fucking found to have been murdering people or causing people to or allowing situations for people to even peep show on little kids and shit. Like for you to do any of this shit, it's them allowing it to happen. You know what I mean? To a certain degree. And then like Spirit Airlines is crazy. I was reading some of that shit. Like the shit that they got going on is diabolical. Like
I'm surprised Spirit hasn't had entire planes just dive bomb into the earth.
Sinister.
Get ready for the boo button here, Bill. So Diddy and Drake get on a plane. What's the first thing they say? Boing.
Why are you calling me? I'm right.
That's the perfect boo. Like,
I told you to get ready. I'm
all the things for a joke were there. Everything you need for a good joke was there. You are right. It should have been funny, but ooh.
I should have gave you.
I know when the boos are coming. Yeah, that's also good.
That was what
yeah. No, yeah. I know what you guys cheer for. Give me your booze.
But shout out to everybody watching right now on all platforms, Twitter,
21 people
Nerds at Night,
people.
and Drunk Bantha's channel. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Just go ahead. We should get 21 likes right now. 21 subscribers. Let's go, baby.
Subs. And yeah, summer started. Kirsten's got her summer hair. Terry's about to be in his traveling bag. He's repping the Istanbul Hotep Professor Terry cap. I wanted to Terry. Yeah, he's about to put the tassel to the side. Now I did, because we were talking about beef, and before I get off, I wanted to talk about a beef that has been brewing in our own government, right? Our own government. And it's about my girlfriend. My girlfriend got into some beef this weekend.
Oh yeah,
my girlfriend got into a little bit of beef, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty goddamn funny.
You know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play,
baby girl.
We are gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
What now?
The guy next to him, because when he says what now, the dude just like loses it out. Like, look at it, like,
shucks. I don't think I understood that one, Miss Jasmine Crockett. What now?
Or he just wanted to hear it again because he was like, "That was colorful."
Right? He does have that face. Like, beat that shit again. Look at it. Just look at it.
Look at this motherfucker right here.
Exactly. Mr. Mr. Raskin. That's the one I'm talking about. Mr. Raskin.
Watching personalities, correct?
What now?
Dude, what now? It sound like
somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
Yo, that was
he's just like you, and like she was just like, oh shit, he wants me to say it again, or like she's like, I got these.
He looked like, oh, this nigga don't even know. He had to face like, oh, this nigga don't even know.
This reminds me in like elementary school when we used to say like, oh, I'm gonna say what. You know, what now?
She is from Texas, so she probably is just thinking these white folks crazy. You heard what this white folks. These white folks got me up here trying to make me say something crazy.
It looks like Raskin is just like, oh, don't say that. Like you. Oh, don't like you fell into her trap.
Body that would not be engaging in personality.
He said,
"What now?"
He's just like, oh,
Chairman. I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
I'm trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to strike those words.
Yeah, he losing it.
Well, why did
this clip was longer?
Let me ask you a question. Why did old buddy sound like? Why did old buddy sound like Meatwad from fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force? He's like, wait a minute now. Look, boy, you're going to have to keep the words down to a minimum. Oh, man, that was crazy. Man.
Woo, she served her a hot plate of fuck you. But at the same time, it's so much harder for us as people of color, specifically Black people, to have an arena at all, to have a say. And then, you know, you don't want to, but sometimes you sink to that level of people like, and what's her name? Marjorie, 3 fucking names. I don't know.
Blonde, butch, big beautiful blonde bitch.
Say thank you. Hey, Kirsten, say thank you to Athelius.
It's not for me.
God damn, you're gonna ruin it.
Oh,
you're
thank you.
Yeah, god damn.
No, I thought it was for Jasmine. I was like, she is.
Oh no, it's definitely for Jasmine. Yeah, she is pretty as fuck. Let's see here.
But yeah, she sunk to that level, and now they're gonna drag it out, and it's bad. She could lose her job.
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold
a
on.
part of
I'm
it.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to
I
strike
had no
those
idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not.
I had no idea what you just said.
Earlier, literally just.
You just voted to do
Y'all did
it.
it first, so you don't want to talk about it.
Voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get
Okay.
clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm down.
No, because this is what
Now
I'm
she's the angry black woman.
trying to
Hey,
get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Miss
games?
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And you
yelling.
don't want me
Calm
to
down.
Be,
Can
no,
you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then
You're out of
can't take it.
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send her
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right, Chair.
Look, let me just
Who's
say
the
this.
one that's telling her to calm down? Like
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is something.
Marjorie,
But
thumb with a bad wig, green.
that is
Before
the
this,
worst thing to ever tell
check
any.
this out.
I don't want to be
Listen. Don't. That's
She's
don't
ripping up to calm down. It's
women
fucking
by
ridiculous.
telling black people. Don't tell black women to calm down. Don't say that.
Don't do that.
Say that. Don't say that.
That is.
Don't say that now, because unless you want black women in your mentions, don't say that. Don't say that out loud. Listen.
No, I'm just saying,
Let's
like any woman, any person, to be honest.
Well, listen. This is
literally.
what I'm trying to say. I was just asking Alex the other day, and it was kind of in jest, but like, why don't niggas just cuss a nigga out during one of these motherfucking Congress hearings? Like, because what you gonna do? You gonna come over here and whoop me? Because you ain't gonna get up and whoop me. And if you get up and whoop me, I got you. I got
Did somebody get punched on the floor? Who was that got in a fight? Was that the old Speaker of the House?
That was
it was like last year.
That was when they were getting rid of the last speaker of the House.
Oh, before
and
Johnson, who was that?
Republicans got to fighting. The two Republican dudes got to fighting.
They're like ripping off their like.
One of them hit him, and I was like, "Boy, them dudes 80. What y'all doing, boy? Y'all better calm down for one of y'all.
Get your grandfather.
Man, you gonna punch him, break your wrist, and die from the infection from the fucking wrist being broke."
That's what I thought, because I was like, no, Marjorie's like moving while that happening, and my baby girl Bobert is
the one saying
standing there being cute, like always.
Bobert, the fucking Bumble Club.
The Beetlejuice jerker.
Hey, she the only person that can make me ever go see Beetlejuice, because you know how I feel about that movie. I ain't seen no.
I think that
Bobert asked me to see Beetlejuice.
that play. I think that play is actually that theater production is actually going on in Chicago right now. I was thinking about going to it, but I don't got a Bobert.
Get a handy.
I got to bring someone there. You know what I mean?
It's always
get kicked out. Bring a handy. Bring a vape.
The Boberts were the handies we had along the way.
I love that they call her Bobo.
So, speaking of movie theaters, I know one person y'all don't want to go to the movie theater with. Kevin Spacey.
No.
That's
true. I thought we were going.
Hold on. Can I just give us one more classic just from this just from this little, let's see here, from this spite, because like just the
what is this? What is going on?
Like, I don't really like appreciate like AI shit, but this is also just like wonderful. Just because I know like I like it when AI is used for making shit that like no one is going to make otherwise.
Right.
That's the only, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, it's just fun. But having a Motown cover of this is hilarious to me.
One more time for the people in the back.
Yeah, it is.
Just so you guys know, the Bantha Bunch does not support anything AI and anything AI related. Just so you guys know, this has been a public service announcement.
See, that's very AISW because Terry's AI.
Right.
I'm sorry, it takes a lot of work to
develop a clone. Yeah.
Terry Joel Austin. Yeah. His clones are completely sentient creatures with their own souls.
Up in here, that's pure science.
That's true. You know, you and your clones could get a job at the Sphere here because they already have that one weird robot I forget what her name is, like Rosie or Rodney or some shit. She's creepy.
All right. But yeah, I didn't watch any of the Kevin Spacey stuff. I'm going to be out of here, guys. Thanks for having me. I hope you have a wonderful stream. My mother is coming. My my mother and my brother are coming down to spend the Memorial Day weekend.
Oh no!
I still have an apartment to clean. So God bless all of you. Have fun. Have a good time.
Shout out to you. Everybody say bye to Shine in the comments. He's gonna
out.
Up out of here like a little smoke.
Don't forget your bathroom. Clean that too.
I think we need a different noise, like a teleporter noise.
We need the TARDIS.
I need a door closing noise, like clone.
Or you know what? You could use a Martin clip. Just get to stepping. You just hear that.
Ooh, yeah, I need one of those. I need one of those. I do need a gets to stepping because that one ain't going.
Got him.
Are you? You know what I mean? Like I got to do something more than that because that one's hilarious. But gets to stepping would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's Morgan talking about here? Terry, I was late. What is on your head tonight?
Oh, that's the Fez, baby.
You will definitely refer to him as his Muslim name, which is Shabazz. No, wait, it was damn, I forgot your name already. We're gonna call him Nasir Shabazz Tariq. That's his name. That's Shabazz Tariq. Terry. But you gotta pronounce it Terry. You gotta pronounce it real fast.
Assalamu alaikum, nigga.
Assalamu alaikum, nigga.
I got I should have brought the prayer beads with me too.
Jesus.
Damn. All you missing is the Farrakhan Kazals and you'd be straight. If you had some Farrakhan Kazals, you know what I'm talking about? They call them Farrakhan's. They actually.
Well, yeah, that's why I kind of went with the rounder ones today.
Yeah, those are the honorable Elijah Muhammad. Those are a lot of.
That's why I wore them. I was like, wait, I can't wear the big ones. Let me get my small ones. No, those are more in style.
Oh shit! Oh man.
But we were saying like people who you don't like, because I say the number one person I would see Beetlejuice with to go to the movies is Lauren Boebert, but then we were saying who is the absolute worst person you could go to the movies with right now?
And that is Kevin Spacey. I just want to say, because I'm gonna let y'all cook. I know y'all got a lot of things to say. I got
it's general hate for me.
I have right, exactly. I just got a few.
For me, this was all new. I never, when they like called out Kevin Spacey, I was like, I don't care. I just hope he's guilty. I don't like white people that much.
Right.
So I didn't look into it. I didn't like read anything about it. I was just like, I hope he's guilty, and they get him.
Yeah, I also didn't really dive into it. You know what I mean? Like I heard the first allegation, and then I heard that there were more allegations, not really paying attention to what was going on. Excuse me, I had to cough, but wasn't really paying too much attention like you, Terry. But I was paying attention to like the court situation. Like, okay, is he gonna be found guilty?
Yeah, right.
I hadn't heard nothing that sounded like he was gonna get found guilty or nothing. You know what I mean? And because I kept saying, like, I don't think that he gonna go to jail. Like, I don't think he's guilty. Like under the law of things, I don't think that there's any evidence that they're gonna be able to prove the things that they accusing, right? And people would always think that I'm like trying to cape for Kevin Spacey when I say that. And just so y'all know, I'm going to always look at it from the point of the law. We know what's morally incorrect and what's morally correct. We all operate under that mindset. We all know what is not good and what is good. Like we know the difference between good and evil in this case. And I'm only looking from it. That's old news. I mean, that's boring conversation. I look at it from the point of like, is anything actually gonna happen? Because if laws aren't there to make these things illegal or put these people in jail, and that means you need to be calling your congressman and woman and getting these types of things put in place, because it wasn't until the early 2000s that these like pedophile laws got put in place to make it to where these guys even go into jail longer, because the guy who literally was in charge of it in Congress was diddling kids and pages. So for 20 years, 30 years. Okay, so look, so pay attention, you guys, because that's what we're talking about here today. We're talking about how people will take advantage of not just their position of power, but just of the
advantage of the legal system.
Well, not just the advantage of the legal system, but they will also take advantage of weaker people. There are people who are just able to find like people call it gaydar. Well, this is the opposite. This is a different kind of radar. It's like weak radar. Like you just pick on weak, damaged people without even
with you saying that of him picking on weaker people. That's something I wanted to address, because I felt like he didn't go for what I would think would be the typical weaker person, or what a lot of these victims were, because they were a couple of them were Marines.
Right.
And I wanted to bring up to a point. I was like, man, he was like he wasn't like, with most cases like this, they always go for somebody that they can physically overpower. And I was like, man, he was going after Marines that could just otherwise beat his ass. That has to show you like the psychological power that he had over these people, to where he could the physical just didn't matter anymore to them.
Usually assault is more of a psychological thing, because it happened to Terry Crews, and he's a big ass dude.
Yeah, well, so those things. So that just goes to what I'm saying. I unfortunately know a lot about predators, and I'm just telling you, they have a sixth sense about who is damaged and who is. It's kind of like pimps,
right? They can see it with their mentally. Like I would just say, it's not just a physical aspect where you normally see it, where it's a typical man overpowering a woman.
Right.
That there's not just that going. Like, why didn't she fight back? It was like, it wouldn't even matter if she could kick his ass or not. It's a mental thing.
Yes.
Just adding. I wanted to add to your point about it.
Yeah, no doubt. It's so I feel like that's a lot of what's going on, because a lot of the questions or a lot of the testimonies are set in different phases. All of the testimonies are in different phases to me. I talked to this.
Yeah, because it was jumping around from like recent to like people he knew in like the high school theater department, then like in the middle of his career, and then House of Cards time. Yeah.
And so I was telling Kirsten off pod, and y'all don't think you were here yet, Terry, but I was saying it's like in the three different parts of assault, right? You got the assault when he was young, and that just shows it's not about power. It's not about him being able to coerce people or not coerce people, but hold something over their head like a carrot, dangling a carrot. It's not really about
Harvey Weinstein-esque.
It's not really that, because he was doing this as a teenager in high school. So then you got the people
quid pro quo. There was no quid pro quo involved.
Right. So then you got that in high school, people who he assaulted in high school. Then you got the people who he assaulted on set. And then you got the people who he just met in regular day life and just bump into people. So the group of people, let's just take the first two groups aside. I feel like that third group of people, some of them dudes, if not all of them dudes that gave their testimony, was definitely putting themselves in position because for these things to happen to them.
Yeah.
The first time, maybe not so much, right? Like the first time that it would happen, maybe not so much. But both of the two dudes, at least those two Marines, they both linked up with him like 3 times outside of like, or the one dude linked up with him like 3 times. The other dude went to his house, sat with him on his couch, and said out loud, it was like I was just drawn into him. It was like the snake in Jungle Book. he was like just looking into his eyes. It just now the guy who was on set who got touched by him inappropriately, he said when he looked into his eyes, he saw a deep, dark abyss. You know, this guy said he looked into his eyes and he was captivated.
It's not, because sometimes it can start as a consensual encounter and then all of a sudden it flips. So they may have been like, cool, Kevin Spacey, we gotta get it on. And then you get over there and you're like, well, this is still a little far. I got an early day.
Exactly.
And Kevin Spacey was like, nah, fuck off.
I completely agree. And I think that's what I'm saying is like they didn't, of course he went too far, but I think that what they're doing is telling half the truth a little bit, like, because they kept pointing out like, yo, I kept telling him like, yo, I got a girlfriend, or yo, I'm not gay, or I'm, you know, blah 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 blah. Or actually I never heard them actually say I'm not gay. I heard them say I'm not, I'm straight, I have a girlfriend, I'm straight. But they clearly, like Terry, if I came up on Terry, we know each other, but I don't know Terry like that to be walking up behind Terry and rubbing on his shoulders. And after I just tried to like touch his dick and rub his chest, he's like, well, hey, no, I'm not like that. I'm, you know, hey man, I'm not gay, you know, cool. I'm like, oh, my bad, it's cool.
Right,
then
you already made this super uncomfortable.
Yeah, later on, I'm rubbing on him, and then I'm like, I would be like, no, dude, like, hey, I already told you. How do I know this? You people say, well, how would you know, Bill? This has happened to me. This happened to me several times. I've been hit on by lots of aggressive gay men in Atlanta and in Birmingham and here in Los Angeles. You know, this happens. But I don't ever go back to their house. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what kept happening with this one dude, the big, tall, burly Marine that you was talking about, Terry. The shit was just like,
he would always call me and send messages and I'd ignore them. But then one time I was like, I picked up and I was like, bro, come on now.
Yeah, what do you mean you're talking about that one dude that was in New York? Yeah, he's the one who kept getting the phone calls. Now, see, he's a little suspect. He might have felt like it was necessary.
That's what he said, because I feel like he kept like alluring him with job promises and things like that. But it's like, come on, he just kept doing it and always alluring you with job promises. He wasn't going to give you the job ever, man.
Exactly. And somebody mentioned in the chat earlier. Somebody mentioned in the chat earlier that
I feel like I don't know. There's not too many things that I desire that much to where I feel like someone could hold that over me. There may be something I don't know that someone could offer me and try it to me. So I can't say what I would do in his state of mind and in his shoes. Like in my state of mind, I'm just like, I don't want to be an actor that fucking bad. So no, that would never happen to me. But I'm not in his same state of mind of where he has that desire of being an actor. Like I know with my own personal desires and stuff, someone's like, I got these Portishead tickets backstage. You're gonna meet Beth Gibbons. Shit, I'm fucked.
Yeah,
you are gonna take advantage of my weak mind at that state. So
see, this is the thing. I keep getting ready to say Nine because I put Nine's comment up here because he was talking about Baby Reindeer and how they explore victims mentally so well. But that's the thing. Baby Reindeer was drugged and he was using drugs to keep him addicted and keep him coming back, right? Dude wanted to stop going. Like he knew what was going on at a certain point and he was just like, yo, I gotta quit going. Now I'm not saying that anything that happened is okay. I'm merely pointing out that people, you got to be careful out there because like these guys were trying to use him as much as he was using them. They're doing all these things anticipating to get something out of it. They're not, and even if they went into it trying to develop some type of like on the side freaky relationship or some kind of fling type thing, that's still you stepping out. You said you got a girlfriend, you stepping outside on your girlfriend anyway. So those guys had a little suspect to them, not suspect like they gay. I'm talking about suspect like your intentions, because when you try to use somebody, you could end up being used. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be the owner or you can be the pet. And in these cases, they thought they was fitting to be the owner, but then they ended up being the pet. Because the one dude that you that was the intern that we haven't talked about, the intern, he was getting abused or harassed. So we got to be careful what we're saying, like, which is why I didn't like the Daniel Snyder documentary for real, because they didn't use they didn't focus right. They didn't stay focused. This documentary staying focused. They got pictures of Kevin Spacey from when he was a kid. I bet you he ain't got them pictures. I'm like, where the fuck they getting all this shit from? Like, they got him saying weird shit.
Probably got his family busting him out. When you're this fucking far gone, right? Nasty human, I'd be like, what else you want? I got all his shit.
I wanted to hear your thoughts on his family too, Kirsten, because
shit, they gotta be embarrassed. They gotta be embarrassed and heartbroken.
Remember, his daddy was a Nazi, so I don't know.
Right? Like, how was that possible?
Yeah,
like,
I forgot about that.
Was he German, like, or did he was one of those like weird American Nazis that we had?
I don't know. We can maybe look into it, but the intern was getting touched and sexually harassed at work, and then he decides to go out with this nigga afterwards. Like, yo, what the fuck, my guy? Like, dude, like, I understand feeling the pressure from like work, you know what I'm saying, to like not say nothing. Like, I'm an intern, I'm not even get paid. Like, but like, I'm not going out with this nigga. And then they go out together, and then they go into the bathroom together for some reason. And then like Kevin Spacey blocks the door, and he says that Kevin Spacey pulled out his dick, then shoved his tongue down his throat. I'm like, yo, there's what happened here? Hold on. Because I understand he could probably get his tongue down my throat. He could probably pull out his dick. But I don't feel like this gonna happen. It ain't gonna be like two things that happen at the same. Like, those aren't happening back to back. You're not gonna just kiss. You're not gonna pull out you must be a fast motherfucker. And also another thing, there was a constant in this. And
maybe you're just shocked. Like, maybe he was in a state of shock. Like, this can't be happening. He just pulled out his dick, and then Kevin Spacey took the opportunity to tongue him.
This is what leads me to what I'm about. This is my next point, and then I'm gonna let y'all rock. This motherfucker. There are several times where they just would talk about this nigga pulling out his dick, and they made it to the point where, like, and one dude talked about how he walked up on him with tight, full jeans with his dick all hard, and I'm like, yo, one thing I'm getting out of this, Kevin Spacey must have a big ass dick. Like, oh, I don't know what happened to her, but Kevin Spacey must have a big ass dick. This is like something they focused on way too much. And the only way I can think of that you would try to catch me off guard is like you pull out some kind of weird monster cock, and then I'm like, yo, what is that? And then you like stuff your tongue down my throat. Like, that's the only way that I can see something like that happening.
Sorry, my dog stepped on my computer cord.
Oh, you're good. Only thing you missed is that I said that he must have had a big ass dick, right?
Right, because I'm thinking about that, because they're always like, it's present, like, man, to pass through your jeans and somebody to feel it, like, you packing a Coke can down there, boy, like.
Or for me to see it when you're coming across the room.
Right, yeah, like, you are not wearing, he's free balling all the time, right, too.
And the other thing you missed, Kirsten, is I said the only way he could have caught me off guard to get his tongue in my mouth after he pulled out his dick is if he just pulled out like a fucking
and it's what we
big ass cock that's just like boom, like he literally unfolds this motherfucker.
That's what I'm trying. But okay, so like, let's get into it. Hypothetically, you're in this situation. Let's say it is Kevin Spacey, just for the sake of simplicity. You walk into the bathroom, and then he comes in shortly after you, and you're like, okay, cool story, bro. We both have to pee. Immediately, he pulls, as soon as he's walking in that bathroom, he's pulled out his dick. Any dick. Small, big, doesn't matter. You're surprised. You're a little thrown off.
Yeah, well, like I said, it'd have to be a huge.
It don't have to be big.
I'm saying it'd have to be.
You would still drop your eyes and be like,
no, it would have to be big for me. It would have to be big for him to be able to get his tongue into my mouth. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you don't want his tongue in your mouth, do you? Because if you did, then it'd be different. Then you're just cruising. But if you didn't,
that's
then you're surprised.
And see that. Well, see, I think he was under the impression like, okay, at one point maybe I will, make out with Kevin Spacey, but not like
I don't
I'm
even
ready
think
to
you
get
have
to
to
see
be.
the
You
dick.
would just be like, okay, so I don't know if I was walking into the women's bathroom and somebody I vaguely knew or knew well enough walked in right behind me, and all of a sudden she drops her pants and she's like, look at the vagina. I'm gonna be a little thrown off and be surprised and be like, that is not what we were coming in here for.
He must.
And in that 10 seconds that you're thinking about why the fuck did he pull out his dick, he is shoving his tongue down your throat.
See, I guess that's the thing. If a grown man shows me his dick, I know exactly why he showed me his dick. That's
but I'm saying like you're surprised.
Right. No. I guess that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody any race or any age showed me their dick. I wouldn't be surprised because I know dudes are weird, and people for whatever reason still to this day have and feel a stigma of a taboo to being gay, like being homosexual, for whatever reason. For whatever reason, but I'm just saying. So for me, it wouldn't shock me, and I'm not saying what he said isn't true. But what I do believe is there was an affinity for like what is the
the other layer. He worked for it, so there's the other layer too. You're not expecting your boss to come in and be like,
right. But he went out with him, and I'm also not expecting you to go out with your boss, which is ethically not okay as well. Like, so I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying
it's a hell of a truck. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And so I just feel like hold on, let me pull that up.
Well, would you be less surprised if like Kevin Spacey walked up to him at his desk and was like, here's his dick?
No, I wouldn't have been exactly.
I couldn't find anything dick shaped.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Because we think it be at least that long. Like we think it might be at least or maybe that wide, because he has several instances in this movie, in this docuseries, in only 2 episodes where somebody's talking about him putting his cock on their body and like pushing. Yeah, like that. That's what's going on, right? That's what he is working with, I have to assume. Because
I think
that he was driving him around and he pulled out his shit and he started just going to town. That's just crazy. But
Terry, you didn't answer the question. Would you be surprised you walked in there, Kevin Spacey, just as soon as he walks in, he stood cornered you with his dick?
Just bam.
Seconds. You have seconds to think about it before he starts
I feel like I'm more of a physical reactor, and having seen mysterious dicks in my face, I always back away. Like that's just my fight or flight response.
I thought you threw yourself out of it.
Like flight or like no, it's like to literally quick around, and I'd be like, "Oh man, didn't mean to see your dick," and I'm out of there. Like I wouldn't even assume that he's just trying to show me dick. I would assume that I accidentally walked in on him and he's doing something weird, and it might have been an accident and I'm just immediately getting out there. I wouldn't have been trying to stare or look at him.
Would you be pulling your dick out in the bathroom anyway? What if it was just they're next to each other and he pulls out his dick? It's going to look like an aggressive action anyway if he's like pulling out just the biggest thing you've ever seen.
Because I'm also thinking I'm at it. You don't know if he pulls out his dick and it's like, well,
right,
that's what you do out of you.
Well, no, that's not how he described it. He definitely described it as he blocked the door, like Louis.
Yeah, they're like in a small closet, and then he like
Louis C.K. style blocked the bathroom door, pulled his dick out, and then stuck his tongue down his throat. I just feel like all of those things or those
I just think if you're not expecting it, you'd be like,
you could be. He didn't look. These dudes were not masculine dudes. The ones that he like manhandled.
What to do with it?
No. I'm talking about the ones that he manhandled, like the ones that said that he was like physically aggressive with them. Because to Terry's point, he wasn't that way with the Marines.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying, with the guys who were tough, or the boxer, the guy who was a boxer, like he wasn't that way with them. But the other dudes, he was like physically aggressive with them.
Yeah, he like pinned one dude down, didn't he?
And exactly. So I'm just saying. So to your point, Kirsten, like him being caught off guard, it's not like he probably could have even physically defended himself if he was trying to beat his ass. So maybe he could have just overpowered him.
Moral of the story: if you see something, say something. If you see Kevin Spacey, knock him the fuck out. Hearing about his shit, nasty fucker.
Don't hit him too hard. But yeah, hit him hard enough where you don't kill him, because I don't want nobody going to jail.
Don't go to you might still go to jail if you hit him, but you
prison
if you kill him.
Exactly. I don't want you going to jail forever.
You can go to jail very easily if you hit somebody.
If you don't want to go to jail forever.
In the club and some shit be going down, all of a sudden.
You definitely don't want to go to jail for killing somebody as worthless as a human being as
Kevin Spacey.
So we don't support. We also do not support violence here at the Drunk Banthas podcast. Drunk
Not
Banthas.
a lot of it.
Or Bantha Bunch. I just have to do those for legal reasons. We gotta get the legal. I'm our YouTube legal team.
We're on YouTube's hit list after that last stream.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because in about 10 minutes, I'm going to switch to just Twitter. I'm going to switch to just Twitter.
What about, should we go to Kick?
Oh, yeah. Damn.
When we start talking about my man Terrence.
I don't know if 9 is still here, because he's got the Kick stuff. So 9, if you or maybe it's, I don't know. I don't got access to the drive from here. But
the password's on the drive, but I don't have access to put us on Kick. I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, exactly. So 9, if you're on there, I don't think it's added to. Yeah, it's not added to. Oh, it is Kick at Night. It's added to here.
See, you'll be cutting off.
One more thing on Kevin Spacey I wanted to say was with the jury and how and it was what you were saying earlier, Bill. Like, he has been found not guilty on all these counts, and one thing we always have to consider, and just to be on this jury, is that we are hearing maybe about 20% of what actually all went down, while this jury has heard full details of these things from both sides, from multiple witnesses, from cross-examinations, and all of them determined that he was not guilty. That's something
criminal, because the thing is, it all happened at what he's accused of mostly.
I wonder if it has to do with statute of limitations, though.
No, it was the stuff that, because you can't even take it to court over statutes of limitations. But when that comes into play, what happened is the things that went to court that he actually got charged with, they were all workplace incidents. Even though we don't look at acting as real work, it's technically a workplace incident.
It's a workplace, yeah.
And
you're talking to two people that
happen, those things that happen, since he never actually exposed himself or physically you know what I'm saying, he didn't vape anybody, because that didn't happen. It falls under the sexual harassment, sexual what do they call it, sex abuse or whatever, the things that fall under just workplace stuff. What do they call it? I just took my goddamn
it's just workplace sexual harassment.
It's workplace sexual harassment. There's 3 different types of it, though. You know what I mean? So,
quid pro quo.
That's a different one, but yeah, that too.
It's the things that count as sexual harassment.
Yeah, there's sexual harassment, workplace workplace something, and something
inappropriate workplace behavior.
Yeah, and all that stuff. So all of that is what he fell under, which is also what he already got fired for, and was being sued $30 million by the production company. So when you put in all of that into the case, like you said, Terry, we only seeing probably 20-30% of what happened. Even if we're only seeing 50%, they got to see way more and have way more in depth to whatever we're seeing. So I do think we're clearly going to get more, right?
Maybe he's got hella legal team too.
Well, it's just you do have, because if it was us, we probably would have had to go to jail or pay some fines or whatever the case may be.
As you should.
But like you said, if you got a good legal team,
Yeah.
Like me, you know what I'm saying? Got a good legal team. They can just use actually just pay attention to the law and make sure that people are actually held accountable for what they're accusing too, because that's really what court comes down to.
Misconduct, yeah.
Yeah, sexual misconduct. Thank you, Ben Cortez. Cortez. Yeah, shout out to Ben. Shout out to the fifth Bantha. Shout out to Lil Frothy. Everybody keep Lil Frothy in the know, man. She's at work. She got the stream on while she's at work. She got it on mute. Let her know what's going on, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got who else we got in here other than Nerd? We got Othelius and Film Age. If you haven't said nothing and you in the chat, man, give us a shout out. Continuous Twitter's people just not saying nothing, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? I'm not playing no videos today, so maybe I won't switch to kick.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Because I don't have. I'm not trying to switch over.
I got a Terrence Howard question though that's been burning in me since I watched some of that podcast.
Yeah, let's go ahead since we came up off of. Oh, wait a minute. No Diddy. We came up off of Kevin Spacey. So let's go ahead and
word choice.
phrasing. But yeah, you can go ahead and.
Did this nigga say he could fly? Like he and his collective had invented a different way to fly? Was I mishearing that? Was he talking about planes, or is he physically like flying? I was talking about it earlier, and I don't get it.
Did he say that? I think he did.
I made it to like maybe 2 hours of it because I was like doing it on my walks and listening to it and just typing things as I walked to just correct and be like, nope, that's wrong. Nope, that's wrong. But I only made 2 hours, so he may have said something about he knows how to fly. I know he said he redesigned the periodic table.
Yeah, he did say he can redo the entire periodic table. I'm trying to find the part.
I was about to say, let's start with the beginning of how this even started happening, because he was invited to speak at Oxford about fucking acting.
Yeah.
Okay. He was there to speak about acting, but instead of talking about acting, he decided to blow our minds about what we know about mathematics and physics and the world we live in instead. And we got some highlights. I would say let's
pull it up right now.
Highlights.
Give me a minute here. I'm pulling up a lot of them. So like a lot of the clips. Me and Nine talked about this before on here. He asked me my thoughts. I was just like, I ain't got no thoughts about no goddamn sabotage that this nigga Terrence Howard did on Oxford University. They shouldn't have invited this nigga. What you doing inviting Terrence Howard for anything?
All the people you invited to talk about acting, Terrence Howard was not high on my list.
Hey, man, he been good in everything he been in, man. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I love Terrence Howard as an actor. I love him.
But exactly. So that's why Oxford, just imagine if you ran Oxford Bill and you're like, Terrence Howard, hell yeah, boy, come on down.
This is the thing, Terry. I love Terrence Howard. I love Terrence Howard, but I also love bologna sandwiches. That don't mean that I'm trying to like have them at my dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is dinner. This is dinner time. This is elegant. This is Oxford. You know I'm not trying to fucking, what I'm talking about. Bologna, you fry the bologna, you get the burn on it.
It's mad elegant there.
you get it.
Bologna sandwich.
You get it to where it's hot and the bubble come up in it. The shit pop like a bubble. That's what I'm talking about, man. You get the crisps on it, and you can't.
Fair enough, Bill.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I just didn't care. But then came on Joe Rogan and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is like this is caught wind? Like this is picking legs up and walking around? Like I don't know, man. But I'm gonna play a little clip because I just picking a random
there. Sorry.
I'm picking a random moment. He does look like he might have drank a lot and also smoked some weed, before he got up here.
This dude is on some ayahuasca.
First of all, I know you're rich when you got on a t-shirt and a blazer. Like, I just know you're rich because don't nobody you look foolish. Are you dressed up or are you chilling? I don't know. Anyway.
Not at Oxford, Jesus. He should have worn something.
Exactly. Wear a hoodie. Or if you're just gonna look that ridiculous, just wear a hoodie. I mean, anyway, white fresh one that says Dragon Ball Z on it, some shit. But I just picked a random moment. I wanted to kind of be at the beginning-ish, so I picked a random moment. Let's see what he's talking about.
Parts of you were part of a pterodactyl. Every one of us have been a part of you.
Hold on.
350 million years ago, or some part of it. Some parts of you were part of a pterodactyl. Every one of us have been a part of everything in this universe. So if we tap into those things in ourselves and remember those things in ourselves, we have that power. Now, my vocation has been an actor, and I've loved that. I've been able to take care of my family as an actor, but that's never been my passion. I was an actor because it was like Jesus' thing for him. I've always been an empath. I've always been emotionally connected to everything. But the thing that I was most spiritually connected to, that was my driving force, was physics.
So do y'all believe this nigga? Do y'all believe, first of all, he goes into a little bit more depth with what he feels when he gets on the Joe Rogan show. So to paraphrase what he was just saying, he believes that he has experienced many different lives, many different energy sources. He's going off of not only like reincarnation, but like the theory that the soul has been across the universe, not just reincarnated on this planet. Well, only pieces of you, not all of you. A piece
only
of you.
Some of you gets to be a pterodactyl.
Yeah, we know the piece of. We know what piece of Kevin Spacey was a pterodactyl. This is cock. Because this
on that. Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna be making Kevin Spacey dick joke for a long time. You get it? That was another one. But anyway, yeah, like, how do y'all feel about that first? Like, we just gonna start with that. How do y'all feel about this theory? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute, Terry.
That was the start of my list. So yeah, we can start with that. Because talking about the Joe Rogan podcast, the very first thing I jotted down was this nigga's talking about he has memories of being born.
Yes.
His first memory was being in his mother's womb.
Talk about it.
And I should have clicked off this shit right then and fucking there.
Yeah,
ain't no fucking way that is a thing. That is humanly possible. It's not. They say the most traumatic thing that can happen to you is to be born. So right then and there, that's just going to erase all your memories, just the act of being born. And you're telling me this man was able to know all that, even though the frontal lobe cortex that controls memories and all that is not fully fucking formed yet. None of that is. You can't see. He's talking about he can see and shit and being in there. We know that's not how babies are made. But he can remember his memory. No.
Oh,
my guy.
Now, this is the thing. The people who do believe that you come from another life and you come into the world knowing, like, come into the womb knowing everything and in tune with everything, just waiting to be the yolk cracked up out of the egg type shit. Even those people don't believe, like Terry said, they believe that, you go through so much trauma that you end up forgetting everything, and that's why you have to relearn everything. So even those people who do go into the depth of knowing, like, with that kind of theory, they don't even be thinking that, they don't even be talking about how they fucking remember shit from being a baby. So
and in the womb.
Kirsten, how you feel about this portion of the video where we at, or before we get into
I don't know if it would necessarily be believable from anybody else, but it feels even less believable from Terrence Howard. Like, I don't know what it is about him that I'm just like, nah. Like if Kanye got on there and was spouting all this shit, you'd be like, maybe, I don't know. Kanye's fucking nuts, but he's also, Kanye.
This is not Neil deGrasse Tyson saying this.
Right, yeah, no.
Nigga deGrasse Tyson.
It's not even LeVar Burton laying it down.
LeVar Burton.
Some rainbow.
Someone.
It's Terrence Howard. I can't.
Terrence Burton.
He's so serious about not, that I wouldn't think he would be, because he truly firmly believes the shit he's peddling. But he's like, he the way he was looking and gripping the podium and looking at these kids, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying.
Blowing their mind.
You were a pterodactyl once.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna play this clip here. It's a random clip. I'm just picking out random shit from the Joe Rogan podcast.
He's rolling hard on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, he is on. I don't know what he's on or if he's on any drugs.
Are we gonna talk about the AR VR patent? Because I had to pull up a lot of.
Yeah, did he say he had like 79 patents? Nobody else has 79 patents.
What? How many? However many notes you got, Terry? We're gonna go through every one of them. I'm gonna let you cook. I'm just going through a couple of notes, and hopefully, I'm gonna hit some of them.
Yeah, you are. Everything you're hitting on, I'm ready for it.
All right, bet. Here we go. I'm gonna let this one roll.
Like people say, well, what business do you have coming in here talking about science and all that? You're an actor. You want to know what my first patent was? The entire AR VR world was built off of my first patent that was abandoned because I paid $260,000 for the worldwide patent. But then my agents kept, my lawyers kept sending me these maintenance fees and annuities. And I'm like, these folks are just trying to shake me down. I'm not going to pay this. Well, a year later, if you would pull up my World of Windows patent, I think it's one of the first patents up there. I want you to see where your AR VR world came from. And you look at the list of companies that has cited, and didn't just cite it, they built their entire AR VR world off of my World of Windows patent. Can you pull that up, Jamie? Of the computer. Yeah, it's the.
Now I do want to point out that Jamie's computer kept fucking going out. Like at first it was Terrence Howard's Terrence Howard's phone. It just kept like glitching. And he's like, I don't know, man. He posited the theory. Hold on, wait a minute. What am I doing? I am fucking up. Most of this should be playing while we're talking right now. He posited the theory that the government is they're trying to silence him. They're trying to keep this shit from being heard. So he's insinuating that his phone's not working for that reason. And then Jamie's computer does stop fucking working. I don't know that if like Terrence Howard's had something in there to like fuck with they shit, but that shit was weird to me. Is like, I watch Joe Rogan. I'm a fan of the Joe Rogan podcast, but I just never seen Jamie's computer fuck up like that. He had to restart that bitch like 4 times. But because I just wanted to point that out because he just said it.
Okay, so to that point, there's one part. I froze out a little bit. Am I back?
Yeah, you're good. You're great. You came right back.
Yeah.
He mentions where it says, yeah, my phone's freezing up. And then Joe Rogan straight up asks him, says, do you drop your phone a lot? And he's like, yeah, I drop my phone all the time. And he's like, do you think that's why it's messing up? I don't know.
Yeah, he said, I don't know.
Nigga, that's probably why. And then like this computer issue being my background of IT. And I'm like, yeah, he probably had some stupid janky shit on these over encumbered files that weren't compressed correctly. And he's handed it to him. And yeah, it's fucking up your system. Because if I was the government, why would I just be pausing your stuff every couple minutes instead of just straight up deleting it?
I would just take you out.
If I was the government, yeah, exactly. If I was the government and I didn't want,
I would just erase it at that point.
Why wouldn't I just take down the Joe Rogan podcast? Like,
right, cancel the whole thing. Why would I be playing with your computer in a way that you can catch me and then make people alerted?
I just wanted to point that out because it was
like the government is so smart, but also it's Schrodinger's government conspiracy at you. Like the government has all these high tech crazy plans, yet they're leaving fucking breadcrumbs and like a treasure map for the dumbest people in the world to solve it and find you.
Yeah.
Okay.
The U.S. Postal Service has been using the same fucking system for 60 years. I doubt very seriously the government is at all inclined to look at Terrence Howard's shit.
They are very capable of being very efficient. but they are very inefficient and incapable most of the time. So
exactly, Schrodinger's government.
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes you see how they doing Diddy. So sometimes they get what Will Smith said it in Bad Boys 2, man. Sometimes my shit work all the time. Like so it's like, yeah, my shit work all the time, but sometimes it don't. But don't worry about the times it don't. Worry about the times that I'm right. And that's how the government or the policing form of the government does.
Listen, the whole podcast, he sounds like a fucking crackhead on the corner who got a hold of an 8-ball and has been spitting some knowledge ever since from the corner.
Except now, I just wanted to point out before I hit play again. Anybody else notice that niggas get on this show and start talking like black people get on this show and start talking like this?
I don't watch Joe Rogan.
I don't watch him. I don't care for his shit.
All of a sudden, people get on there and they start talking like this, and
because they watch PBR. No, not PBR.
NPR.
What was it? NPR. Yes, NPR and Ira Glass.
Because that's how the way he's talking is the same way that Cat Williams was talking. The way the electrons they vibrate with the protons, and once they have come together, they can then make a pterodactyl. We can make it happen. But yeah, he's just very soft spoken. I mean, he's a very soft spoken type dude anyway.
And then the pterodactyl, when you least expect it, corners you in the bathroom. Surprise, nigga! It's Kevin Spacey.
But yeah, just the whole the government is out to get me. They're all powerful, yet they are bumbling idiots and fumbling at each turn. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I'm smarter.
No one's coming to get you.
Yeah, like
you know what? He might as well be chestnuts of being lazy. Like I don't even know.
A lot of people like this say that the government is looking for them so that they seem smarter than everybody else. Well, I'm gonna press play real quick.
Very not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah, that's the propulsion patent.
Sorry.
What?
8. No. That's all you have, huh? Really?
No, he had more. He actually had more. I want to keep playing all this.
Give me that link and I'll just send it to him.
Yeah. Virtual reality. Down.
Finding it.
Patents and files, the very first one. Tap on that. So you go look over you'll see my name, inventor, Terrence Deshaun Howard. Worldwide application. And let's just read the abstract just so they'll.
System and method for merging virtual reality and reality. Scroll it so I can see it. To provide an enhanced sensory from a remote site into a room environment at a local site. The system preferably includes at least one image server, a plurality of image collection devices, a display system comprising display devices, a control unit, digital processor, and a viewer position detector. The control unit preferably receives the viewer position information, processes source image, capturing data represent viewer position, desired display view.
Look at this.
Yo, I need to get a cut of that. Just that.
What the hell are we looking at right there? It looks like a drawing from a fucking school. Like a high school math test where they're like, draw the diagram of X equals Y times 16, whatever the fuck. Shit.
Okay, Terry, I know you got all the documents. You know what I'm saying? I know you got the documents. I need to get that drop. We got the documents.
No, you didn't play the part I need you to play, the citation.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me keep going a little further. I didn't want to keep going right there because we don't want to go to YouTube jail right now.
Inventor, go up a little bit and slide over. It says Terrence Deshaun Howard. You see that 131 cited by? Tap on there. It's right under where it says abandoned. Patent
cited
citation.
by 31.
Cited by 31. It's
now, remember what you said, abandoned.
Tap on there and look at all the companies. And if you look at the patent, these companies have all they have multi-billion-dollar companies they've built off of my patent. Just roll through.
Sony, Microsoft, Amazon,
Hewlett Packard.
Yeah.
Keep going. IBM, and it's still making money. This patent has earned over $7 trillion.
And you didn't get a piece.
And I haven't gotten a penny of it. When they did all of the Black Lives Matter, like Raytheon Company.
Just let me know when to stop.
And IBM.
Now.
Okay, cool. I thought I was good to stop, but I just want to make sure I caught everything that you wanted to go over. So I'm gonna go back with the stills while you explain, brother Terry. Brother Shabazz Terry is stepping to the stage, ladies and gentlemen.
As he said, U.S. Patent 20100271394A1. Inventor Terrence Deshaun Howard. He's not lying. He really did have a patent for this. But what he's misconstruing you about is that he applied for a patent. And when you apply for a patent, you get the same information as a patent that would go through you. It's all the same thing. You get the whole citations, you get everything that's listed.
You get a number.
That doesn't mean you have the patent, that it has been patented. It did not go through.
You get the number as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You get your application number, and that's what he's showing you. He's not showing you an actual full patent. He's showing you his application
about that. I got a question about that. Not like I'm caping for him. Not even really playing devil's advocate. I'm just. Does it show you like the day that his application went in? Did his application before any other application went in, or is that something that you can't see based on
it? His patent was filed on April 22nd of 2010.
Okay, I mean
development happened in 2009, and the very first VR system where you put a thing over your head came out in 1968. So what very first VR system is he talking about?
We had
anything new.
Don't y'all remember the laser tag one with the VR? I mean, we had that in the 90s.
And the cliquey old boy vision where you just put on that thing. Yeah, so like what is he talking about? The very first AR VR that has been around for 40 years already. Like, so no, that's another lie that he said of just being the first. Like, you're not a first. You were trying to make your own unique a VR system. But here's the thing that happens with this patent is that this also concludes with the citation of why it's abandoned.
Look at him. He's
saying that citations mean that they used his patent as a work. You know, as we think about when you like write a paper and say, oh, I cited this as my source. Right. That is not at all what citations mean when it comes to patents. That's trying to say, look at this patent. My shit is completely different from this. It is not the same as this. That's what they call a forward patent. And then there's what's called a backwards pattern, where it's like, look, my thing is using a thing from this device, but I'm still wholly, completely different. And on all these citations, you see that they are marked by the patent person who looks to see if this is going to be a patent, this is something unique or not. And all of these are marked being as forward citations, being like, nope, here you go. This is my reason for denial. It's not different from this. It's not different from this. It's not different from that. Here's this thing that it's exactly like. So it's basically doing the exact opposite of what he's claiming, which is, oh, look, they use my idea to make all their stuff. No, the investigators and the team that just used his patents, looked at all these other patents that were already there and were like, bro, you're just copying their homework. Here's my ruling for it and why. And he didn't get caught and they're making me pay too much money. They rejected his patent and said, you need to fix all these things. And he just simply did not fix them. And so it went to status abandoned. He does not have a patent on no AR, VR. An original patent, original of what? There's already been AR and VR. So that's the problem, is that people don't understand what citations do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Listen.
And when I say man, I'm talking about man as in mankind.
say Maine, I was talking about Maine as in mankind, man. Hey, he was on some deep shit. Even back then, he was on some deep shit. So I'm gonna give you just a little break, a breather, Terry. I'm gonna read some comments because I've been doing a bad job of that tonight, but everybody's been killing it in the comments. Shout out to y'all. Philman just said elegant, laugh out loud. He was talking about bologna, you know what I'm saying? Fried bologna is it's not elegant, but it is good. Morgan said, he said, I wish I could remember being a dinosaur. I think everybody does.
Right. I think that'd be a great time.
Says he does have some traces of things I would call true, but I don't know. I don't know about the whole thing by any means. Like, nobody knows about the whole thing by any means. First of all, like he said in this this podcast, that he talked to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Neil deGrasse Tyson told him he was crazy.
That was one of my points. Because remember, we were talking about that Neil deGrasse Tyson hasn't said anything to him, and I was like, I wonder if he did. And then Terrence Howard admits that Neil deGrasse, he wrote to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, "You are full of shit. Don't ever fucking write me again."
No, but yeah,
so I was like, that's probably why he's not saying anything to him. He already told him he was full of shit, and sometimes it's better just not to get involved.
What I was talking about in the chat, I didn't say Neil deGrasse Tyson. I was just saying I hadn't seen anybody rebut him. Now, yeah, that might be the reason that nobody's rebutted him. But if you're out there and you have the information and you have the math to show that this nigga's crazy, I think that it is very important for you to make a rebuttal to this, because there are people who are going to take this. This is people who are going to take this and just make it gospel, like they did with, Jay-Z and Beyonce being in the Illuminati.
I need you to cue the theme, the X theme for me right now.
I was getting ready to, because I was about to talk about the Illuminati.
Now, everybody's focused on this, on his stuff. He's talking about a conspiracy, but I think what you were saying, why isn't anybody rebuttaling this? Because that's the real conspiracy. They don't want to. They want us to be stupid. If the government is doing something right now, I believe that they're trying to make the populace way stupider, way more distracted, so we can't fight them for the Project 2025 that's coming up. Then, this is all part of it. Terrence Howard's part of the game. Fucking Joe Rogan's part of the game, and they're laughing at us. They're keeping us stupid. That's the real conspiracy.
Yep, that's why. What's his name?
I see dead people.
He's trying to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? Quit listening to the bullshit. Quit listening to the distraction. Start, quit listening to everything. Maybe, maybe go outside and talk to somebody. Maybe go outside.
Grass.
Yeah. Go outside and sit in the park. You know what I'm saying? Real, like, if you're listening to this, think about it. Think to yourself, for real. When's the last time you just sat in the park? Don't listen to niggas like Terrence Howard. But you know what you should listen to? The birds. Listen to the ocean crash. If you got the ability to go to the ocean, go to the lake if you got a lake there. Or you can sit at home or on the beach of the lake or in the park and listen to your phone and listen to the Drunk Banthas channel, the Nerds at Night channel, and Drunk Banthas on Twitter. I mean, you could listen to us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time at the Bantha Bunch, or you can listen to us on Monday, every Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, but don't be listening to anybody else, because that's bullshit. It's just distractions made to keep you locked down. And so no, now any other notes that I need to hit, because I know
I put down one of my sources for this. It was someone on TikTok explaining, I put it in the chat, explaining what the citations meant. But of course, since this is TikTok, I decided to not just look up TikTok and actually look this shit up for myself. And I found myself at this law firm site that specializes in getting your patents, and they tell you what all they need to do. And they had a lovely breakdown of what citations are for and what they're going to be used for and why they're important for businesses and why they're important to your patents. And it was all just to avoid for you to make sure that you are not copying someone else's work or that you need to say, hey, I am using someone's work, but only this little part. And all of his are the exact opposite, which is saying, we're not copying whatever crazy bullshit this dude's using. And a lot of other ones were saying, hey, your bullshit's just copying what they're using. He wasn't original. This isn't something. This was never a patent. He got a patent application. He doesn't have a patent. He has a patent application. And to say he has 97 of them, which means he had 97 patent applications. And I want to say at least maybe only 13 of them went through. And it's the ones about the shapes. So if you want to play the things about shapes he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the one about shapes. I'm trying to log in to fucking TikTok so I can watch this goddamn video. Okay, hold on. Let's play this video first and then remind me again what we're talking about because I was so distracted. One second.
Howard's virtual reality patent isn't some huge conspiracy out to get him and hold him back or anything like that. And it's simply just one big pile of bullshit that he is misrepresenting.
I'm sorry.
Whatever reason. The one big argument I keep hearing over and over again is that all these big tech companies that have pioneered virtual reality have cited his patent. So let's talk about that. First and foremost, yes, there are 31 other patents there that
look at this asterisk. Pay attention to
that. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're stealing or using his idea. Citations are typically used to distinguish the validity of a patent from previous patents.
It's a patent, my guy.
You show
it's a patent.
This new thing that I am trying to
patent. He is clearly
different from
second language is English.
This is
He's
how.
obvious.
Or in the case of the
actually, I just want to pause it so I can say this and everybody hear me. He's clearly speaking his second language, maybe even his third. So he's clearly smarter than I am. But I just wanted to point out that it is patent, my guy. It's patent.
These patents with the little asterisks here, that denotes that the examiner of the patent application added the citation, not the person applying for the patent. In other words, the examiner of these patents used Terrence's patent application as a reference point at some point in the process of vetting these applications. That's
to make sure they were different.
Name
right.
As Terrence has, that a citation on a patent is basically saying that they took your idea and used it to profit without your permission, is categorically just false and wrong and a fundamental misunderstanding of the patent process and citation process of some sort, because they're used again to establish and differentiate the validity of the patent being applied for.
So he said, so he's dropping the deep dive into what you were talking about.
Right. I gave the dumb version and I'm just like, well, this is where I got the information from. And then I looked up the site and then I was like, how can I best explain this?
I think that was,
and I was like, I want you to actually hear what he says. Cause
yeah, I think you gave a really good, interpretation of what, because you did a very good job of explaining.
I did what Terrence Howard and all these other people don't do. I did my research.
Well, the thing is, I think Terrence has done his research. I think he knows exactly how wrong he is. I think he's just trying to do a version of what the
Listen, like Ben said earlier in the comments, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I think he's trying to, I think he's trying to do something similar to what we saw. What's his name? Smollett. We saw
Smollett.
Yeah, Juicy.
Juicy
Smollett.
We saw him do something crazy in the public to garner attention, to get attention on himself by making false allegations, like sending in death threats to himself via, to NBC, or was it Fox? It was Fox, excuse me. Stuff like that. I think that he is doing this in a different way, like trying to get attention to himself. Oh, you didn't know
he said death threats to himself?
A corrupted file that's gonna mess up your computer when you pull it up.
Hold on, you didn't know that Juicy? So before the reason he went to the elaborate hoax of paying two Nigerian brothers to fucking fake beat him up.
I know about that part.
The reason he went to that extent was because he had been trying to put pressure on Fox to like basically make a focus on him about being gay and the struggles that gay people deal with, as if Empire wasn't gay enough. Like, come on now. We all know Empire was like just a gay show. Like, so then all of a sudden it's like, hey, we not doing enough here at Fox. Like, you guys got to do more. And they were like, dog, we not fixing to do that. Just go back to work. And then he started sending death threats to himself, not to himself, but death threatening himself, sending them to Fox. And they still wouldn't do anything. They were like, this might be that nigga. Like, I think this is this nigga. Like, I heard it low key. Look, it's a black dude too. Like, look, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but this nigga told me yesterday somebody told him he was gonna kill him. Now, all of a sudden, a note show up here saying nigga gonna kill him. I don't know. I can't say it's him, but I just think we should just kind of wait till somebody actually try to kill him.
And then, it's not going to be too far from now.
Right. And then boom, we get the Chicago shit. And it's like right after George Floyd, right? So it's like, oh, we gonna all just fall for this shit, you know. That's some diabolical shit. And look, I just want to apologize for even really talking about it, because Journey Smollett, you know what I'm saying? I know, you know, that's one of my baby mamas. It's one of my baby mama's Journey.
You better keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I said, hey, look, that's one of my baby mamas. I'm sorry, it's a problem. But yeah, so shout out to her. No disrespect to the family. It's just, you know, it did happen, so we do have to talk about it. It's not like we're being disrespectful, but yeah, I feel like this is what.
Hey, I'd marry you even despite of your brother.
Oh yeah, we can cook out. Hey man, look, I fuck with Jesse. But
listen, I'll put something on his books. Don't you worry about it, girl.
He can still come to the wedding, but you know, we gonna watch you.
No, his commissary gonna be on point. His commissary gonna be on point. He gonna be getting other niggas shit. He gonna be making doo-wops. And shout out to everybody in Alabama in the prison system, judicial system, that know what the fuck a doo-wop is. You know what I'm talking about? There's some other niggas outside of Alabama. I think it's a southern prison thing though, really. Southern County. So a doo-wop is like, you know, they got things that you make in prison that you know, because you can't get nothing for real, so they make their own little colorful things, right? So a doo-wop, and I think they call it different things in different states, but in Alabama we call it a doo-wop, and you get a what you got to do is you get you a plastic bag. Takes you a while to do all this, to do this one thing, because you got to gather everything, but you get you a sandwich bag, right? So they give you a sandwich at lunch, you take it out the plastic bag, you keep that bitch. Then you get you a cookie, a candy bar, whatever candy bar you want to choose. You know, you can get a Kit Kat bar, a Snicker bar. You probably want a thicker one, a bigger one, so that you can have more, right? So get you a Kit Kat bar, or no, we're gonna go with a Snickers. So you get you a Snickers, you get you a cookie, and then you and a honey bun. Okay, so you take the cookie and Snicker bar, and you put it in the plastic sandwich bag, right, or a Ziploc bag. So you get a little bit of water, tiny drop of water in there, and you start crushing it up, right? And you crush up everything till you get it into like a good paste. And you want, like, you know, a spread type consistency. And then you get your honey bun out, and you lay your honey bun down, and you put the spread on the honey bun, and you roll that bitch up, and you got yourself a doo-wop. Prison delicacies, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, the noise that just occurred was perfect for that. It was.
It was a squeak. That was the little desk right here. It was a little squeak.
It capped it off. A doo-wop. I'm trying to Google this so I can see what it looks like.
it's a prison delicacy, and I think it's only like I think they only call it a doo-wop in Alabama.
Yeah, I'm asking one of my friends who's a corrections officer is like, what do they call? Because I know he's told me about that before and different types of spreads and all the different names they have. So I was like asking him if.
So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Terry knows what I'm talking about. It's a different kind of spreads and everything. But so but I know for a fact,
it's all regional names. So
I know they definitely call it different shit in different states. I know that for a fact. But shout out to the homie. Actually, I ain't gonna say his name on like the airwaves, but shout out to the homie. He told me, he told the homie. He told us that the biggest ass whooping he ever gave out while he was in prison was over a doo-wop because the nigga slapped the doo-wop out his hand after he had like built it already. Like he done gone through the troubles. Like he's about to bite into the doo-wop and he's like, doo-wop, bow, nigga slapped it out of his hand. And he said, and look, if you knew who I'm talking about, we talk about like a bad motherfucker, like a bad motherfucker. He said he almost started crying. He was like, I was like tears dropping out my eyes. Like it just went to whooping this motherfucker's ass. And so yeah, a doo-wop is a very serious thing. It's
just commissary is a serious thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it takes a long time to get, you know what I'm saying? It took you that long to build up what I just think about how long it took me to talk about it, right? Like,
and commissary is expensive. So this is not like you go to the Honey Bun and, you pay 75 cents, you get a candy bar for $1. No, these things are like $5.
Wait a minute, whoa. This isn't free?
No.
Commissary?
No, this ain't free. They
charge you for
food? No.
Yeah. You're paying
for every damn thing.
It's like a vending machine like type situation. Not like
so it's not like your standard meal. It's like your extra shit that you like cheeses and enjoyable shit.
Enjoyable
shit that make you want to not kill yourself. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Make you feel like regular, like you feel like a human being type shit,
Gotcha. Okay.
Because if you got money on your books, you can go because they have
tampons are like in the commissary. I'm like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they just give you like these ratty pads that you don't really want to use,
and they only issue a certain amount at a time. So
you know what? I'd be spiteful. As gross as this is, I'd free bleed all over that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's not
a big old stain on my ass cheeks,
and somebody's gonna beat your ass. And see, that's how they. Because like, think about it, like you're doing that, and you're in a pod full of other women, and they're not gonna be like, this broke bitch can't afford this shit. Like. That's how they kind of keep it because there's not going to be some unity where they're like, we should all strike and free bleed. They're like, hell no, I got money to make sure I'm not Nancy like this. And you won't come up into my pod and do this shit. You was going to get your ass beat.
Yeah, that's right. I see the point. But I'm saying it's spiteful.
No, yeah.
It's already bad enough.
No, you can be straight because you know what? We got you. We're going to be putting some on your books.
Yeah, we got you.
We're going to be sending you tampons, man. Fuck that. We're going to be sending you tampons, maxi pads, all of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Makes you in prison. Well, we're going to put stuff on your books and we're going to send you the care packages.
It's going to be weird for people.
And on the inside of the maxi pads, those maxi pads are going to have the dope in them. That's what's going to have the dope in them. We're going to have you rich in prison. You're going to be straight. You just go to prison. We got you. We got you covered.
Yeah, just for legal reasons, none of this is going to happen. This is all theoretical.
All y'all look, first of all, we do not at the drunk.
This is after she meets Kevin Spacey.
Really?
After, look, just so you guys know, the Bantha Bunch Show does not support any type of drug dealing or any type of drug smuggling, and we support the prison system. Or whatever. This is all a joke. And it's a podcast. We don't believe in any of this.
But let's get back to Mr. Howard and the rest of his.
God.
Yeah, let's get back to your note.
I looked them up.
Shapes. Hold on. You said the shapes, and I do have the shapes. It's all wrong. He says about the shapes. It's just going through a commercial right now.
No idea.
It's just skipping. Well, I can't skip this commercial, so I'm just waiting on it to finish. Uno momento. This is good TV. I mean, good radio. Shout out to everybody listening on Spotify and listening on iPodcasts and wherever you listen to your podcast, man. Shout out to you and thank you for fucking with us.
Now, all of our axioms, all of our postulates have been built.
This is it, right? Terry?
Is he making up words?
Is there a part where he like brings out the actual shapes, like the models of it?
Hold on. Yeah, you're talking about. Wait a minute. Let me make sure that's not in here. Yeah, this is it in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me skip to that portion in here. He's just pointing at the screen like 90% of this fucking interview.
The mistake they made. Yep, just tap right onto that. Yep, just tap on it.
Tap on it, Jamie.
Now, this was made by David Johnson, one of our programmers, Argos Fuel. So if you go to the far left and tap on.
Now, see, I didn't catch that at first. Hold on. I didn't catch that at first. He said this is made by one of our programmers. So the thing about numbers, like most people don't know nothing about none of this shit. And, you know, a larger percent know nothing about math, right? Like this type of math. But you can manipulate all kind of shit with math. You know, they say numbers don't lie, but you can lie with numbers. So like if you're talking about a diagram or something like that that's shown in a like or developed in a computer with like any type of software, as y'all know, you can manipulate all kind of shit and show me all kind of shit with simulations that have been developed based off of mathematical equations. That don't necessarily, I mean, like it don't mean that that's what's going to happen in the physical world. You know, in reality, it's all based in theory. But is the theory based in any valid, like any actual facts? That's you know what I'm saying. So that's how easily people get tricked in these kind of situations.
On that, I took 4 of those triangles, and wow. And you can scroll around. This is what happens when 4 bubbles meet. This is the negative space where they can't touch each other. This is high.
I ain't gonna lie, when he said this is the space that 4 bubbles meet, I thought he did say bubbas when I first watched it the first time. I thought he said bubbas, and I was like, yo, this is where 4 bubbas meet. Like, yo, okay, my nigga, like, hold on. But
it's only the negative space where they can't touch because Kevin Spacey's not there.
The negative space where anything doesn't touch is just the space that Kevin Spacey is feeling. Any negative space.
I am sorry.
Look, there's some Kevin Spacey jokes for the rest of this year, just so y'all know. Is Drake is a pedophile jokes and Kevin Spacey touched you jokes. Like, that's just gonna happen. You know, he also said that, like, you know, there's a ceiling in Hollywood, you gotta suck a dick, basically. Like, yo, if you told me it was a ceiling in Hollywood, you gotta suck a dick. Look, you could either be a star or you can be like just a regular guy who keeps a job and does work. I'm like, well, I'll be the regular guy doing some work. That sounds like a good compromise to me. You can either suck a dick and be famous, or you can not suck a dick and have a good life. When presented with the two, I will.
Right? Yeah, I'm thinking there's a clear choice there. It's not suck a dick here.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, Terrence Howard. I'm sorry, Terrence Howard. You do not. If a man gives you an ultimatum of sucking his dick or leading a regular life in fame, and then take the fame and the regular life. Don't take I don't need to be Bruce Willis if I don't have to suck a dick. Like, if I had to suck a dick to be Bruce Willis, I'll just settle for Carl Winslow. That's all I'm saying. Settle for Carl Winslow. Don't try to be a Bruce Willis unless you're into that kind of thing.
Also, for everybody in the comments tonight, if you can tell us how many times we've said the word dick, you might get a prize.
You know what? Go back and count all the
dicks. I don't know what the prize is yet,
I'll have the prize ready for that.
Yeah, we got a prize ready for you. I'm gonna try to count all the dicks. If anybody actually makes
like I would say within 5 dicks at least.
I'll do
there's been more than that. I probably said at least 30 dicks alone.
No, get within 5 dicks.
Okay. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
We can just do it like Price is Right. One who's closest, or somebody might nail it, but if you're closest, you can't go over.
Whoever gets the closest.
Can't go over. Got to be closest. Yeah. Exactly.
We don't know what it is yet, but you'll get a prize.
Lil Frothy said, and the prize is.
Maybe I'll get you a T-shirt that matches mine. Should I read it off, or should I just show the people?
Oh yeah, read it. Well, hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me put you on the thing here.
Wait. Love this shit.
Do both. You gotta read it too, because
I wore it just for this night. I just took 12 gas station dick pills, and now I'm on my way to Applebee's. I hate Applebee's, by the way, so that's even better.
I love Applebee's.
Oh my god!
No, Applebee's is where you go.
I used to work at Applebee's, so I have an affinity for them.
I think Chili's is better.
First of all, yes, Chili's is better. RIP Chili's.
Never better.
Well, I just like the chicken strips. I saw my mom used to laugh at me. She used to make
chicken crispers.
Yeah, she used to make fun of me back in the day. That's all I used to get. They did change the recipe a little bit, but I used to get it in. Morgan Fifth Bantha says that shirt is awesome.
I wore it to Target one day, and this lady was like, "I am appalled," and like that I have a T-shirt that says "dick" on it, or the rest of it. What part is the most appalling? Because I think it's the Applebee's.
A lady once told Alex he was wearing a T-shirt with a lady with her boobs out, and she was just covering them up. She was butt naked. She was just covering her boobs. And the lady once came up to Alex, old white lady. She was like, "What made you wear that shirt?" And I was like,
I like when they're not judgy. They're just disappointed. They're like, "Oh, baby, don't you love yourself? Why would you wear that?"
Yeah, I was like. It's like, bitch, I'm not on CNN wearing this shirt. Like, what the fuck you think?
Yeah,
I like it. Was so funny. It was so funny. It was.
I'm not Kevin Spacey wearing this T-shirt, so it's less threatening for sure.
For the listening audience, I haven't been very good with the comments today. So if you want to know what people were saying for real, go ahead and go to the live comments after this is over. Or after you've listened to this, but Lil Frothy said, "I thought you were gonna explain how a doo-wop was a fake vagina."
I mean, it could be if you don't make it too hot.
Right? Yeah. If you don't warm it up, you could use it.
You gotta warm it up a little bit.
Well, you don't necessarily have that access to that. Now, maybe you got a microwave.
Sit on it.
Oh, sit on it. I like that. I like that. Sit on it.
Sit on it.
Sit on it. You know how it keeps it warm?
These nuts.
That's how you keep it warm. Keep it warm with
these nuts.
That's how you keep it warm, y'all. Just so y'all know. Morgan said, "I wore this shirt just to talk to an old white Karen. So it's funny that you ask."
I was hoping you'd crawl out of your fucking old lady purse to ask me some stupid shit.
That is a great fucking answer. That would be a great response.
Oh man, I love that comeback.
I wish he'd have said that shit. He should have told her.
Go outside, nerd.
That's what he should have told her. Fuck out my face, bitch. You see what the fuck it is, what time it is. But let's get back to these shapes.
Fuck out my way when you see me. I'm rocking with the LGBT.
Electricity is always trying to get to the center of that triangle, but it gets pushed out. And now you see it has 4 contractive poles, which is the electric poles. Just go around it from like.
Now, tell me. Yeah, no, tell me.
Okay, so about these shape patterns that he has regarding these shapes, and I think I can think on a different interview, he actually brought out the building blocks of them, and like he had when he starts talking about magnetism and using magnets as these shapes, he has actual magnetic building blocks for this. And the patent on all these things isn't for like a new invention. It's a design patent, similar to how Apple has a design patent on their signature curve on their phone and everything else, like the lightning cord, a design. So no one can take that design. These are literal patents for fucking building blocks and toys. He has a patent on his own version of nigga Legos. That's what these fucking patents are. The actual patents that he had that went through that you could say these are my patents and not patent applications. They're for building blocks and toys. And the ones that talks about light, it's for a building block that can light up.
I don't know about all that, but Terry, you need to patent that. Niggos, some
Niggos. They're niggos.
Fuck out of those.
That's what he has a fucking patent on.
I'm down.
Nothing groundbreaking, revolutionary, what he's claiming to be.
Nigga.
But a patent on some damn
What did he think he was inventing a new shape? Because we've seen that shape.
That's what he's
that exists.
Yeah, he's doing. Well, I think what he's trying to do here is, if let's, I think really how he's operating is under the guise of if this shit is right, like not how he's presenting it, but I'm talking about how he's actually working behind the scenes. In his mind, like, if this shit is right, I want to be the nigga who is the one that's right? I want some kind of evidence to be there where I can say I was the first one to have said it, because he's probably read some book, because I'm sure he's very well read. He's probably read some book that showed him that Thomas Edison actually stole all of his inventions by making patents before other people could make the patents. And so it seems like that's what he's on the cusp of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to
pretty much, because one of his patents was like a projectile. He talks about it like a powderless projectile. And I was like, yeah, this is the design patent for that. Not that he actually invented it. It's basically, if somebody tries and can make the propulsion that he's talking about, if they could actually make it and do it, I would get money off of this design, because they would try.
Crazy. Like,
they would for their invention, they would use his citation. He would get cited, and he would, like, what he's accusing of the other companies of doing. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
so he's just mad they did it first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't even know if he's mad, because he's not like going at them. I think really what he's doing is, like Terry said, he's
sowing seeds of doubt on a subject that people aren't fucking well versed in. I feel like I'm educated, but I don't know shit about getting a patent. I never had to get a patent for anything.
Well,
so like hearing about citations, and the connotation that I know the word citation is when you're writing something and you need a source, you cite your source and saying, this is where I got my information on. This is how I built my paper from this. And he's using that disconnect that people have with citations into the world of patent, where citation doesn't fucking mean that at all.
Morgan said, the fifth Bantha said, that's why I said he's just writing a Star Trek and hoping someone invents it. Yeah. Yeah. That's a pretty good explanation.
Join the Space Force. Like, I don't know why.
He's trying to be a fake Jules Verne. For y'all who don't know, in the crowd, in the comments, Jules Verne wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and now we have basically everything that he created, that he theorized and fictionally wrote about in books, became true. Like, we had those devices that he came up with, the submarine to be one very specific. Like,
he thought about it before it was really a thing.
Right. Yeah. Way before it was a thing. Like 100 years or 200 years, something like that.
Right. I mean, just like with where he says Star Trek and things that are like Gene Roddenberry, like, think about the things that are in Star Trek that we're now doing now, our 3D printing, our video calling, and all our FaceTiming and all of that. Like a lot of sci-fi writers will be writing things, and eventually we're just like, we should do that. Let's figure out how to fucking do that. That sounded cool. And that's what Terrence Howard's like, one day someone's going to look at my stuff and be like, we should do that. But all his stuff has been done already. It's not original. And it's
or one day
what was the thing that Star Trek had? What was the thing that Star Trek had that made food?
Replicator.
The replicator, nigga. That's
the basis of 3D printing, because the replicator could make like anything. It could do more than food.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, I need a 3-inch socket wrench, the replicator could do that.
Yeah.
We're starting at that point. Pretty soon we'll be able to do the food just like it.
Well, I'm just
they're
saying.
already doing it. They have a 3D printed steak, but like, do you love yourself or do you want a 3D printed steak?
That. We're getting there.
Or do you want a 3D printed steak? You know, you could. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you'll get that 3D printed snake if Kevin Spacey comes over.
Oh, you know what? That's right. You get one. Did you want a 3D printed schlong? Is that what you asked for? A 3D printed sausage? Got it here, right here for you. I have a 3D printed meatloaf right here for you. You want to come over to my place and see it? We could go over some lines on the script. Oh my God. Like, come on, look, let me go over some things that you probably should be wary of if you hear it in Hollywood. Do you want to come over to my place? I got this script. Do you want to check it out? And do you want to see my cock? Those are things that you should worry about when you're in Hollywood. By the way, the dick count.
Is that part of the note? Like you get that in the text? Oh, by the way, my cock's gonna come too.
Yeah. Hey, you know, the only thing I'm bringing to the party is tequila, White Claws, and my cock. Oh man. Yeah, full disclaimer, if you have been affected by anything like this, man, in the past, man, go ahead and tell somebody and go hit one of those hotlines. There's hotlines that you can call. There's people you can talk to. You can even DM us at Instagram, Drunk Bantha's Instagram. Man, we could talk about this all night long, but we can't do it tonight.
Do we need more examples of why Terrence Howard is full of shit, or
do you have any more good notes, like anyone that I can pull up that's not like one of these? Like,
I mean, we could talk about how one times one, how he claims that
there we
equals
go.
two, and it's just like there's so many examples of how that's wrong.
You know what? I think I got that right here. I think I've got that one right. Like I told you, I was pulling up pulling up clips. Like I'm pretty sure I got this one. I'm gonna see if I can catch him saying it early.
Everything that's connected to it has to be still. There can never be one thing still. So as electricity tries, and
he was saying gravity is the opposite of electricity, and that's why we have
that light can't even escape.
Right.
That this exists because of the
their
theory
math
of gravity
and their math. Remember, they have a thing called zero. They go from 1 to 0 to -1. There is no zero to even think zero.
So do you think that zero,
and which is like very crazy, like the Egyptians came up with the concept of zero, and the Mayans even prove that concept of zero later on? Like, wow, this nigga's crazy.
is a concept that
I just would have been like, hey,
currency?
How many motherfucking zebras do you have right now at your house?
Yo, you want to hear something crazy?
How many? Zero.
Oh, what if he do got one? He's
I take it back.
He hit your ass with a one. I got
one. His name is Percy.
I actually drove down the street on the way to San Francisco, driving on the 5. I fucking saw like there's this big mansion like house with a fucking like slide off, and they had a fucking zebra like in their property. It was a fucking zebra. I'm not bullshit.
Yeah, I would have to think of something like really odd that I could ask him, like, how many of this do you own? To see
You don't have to. He does his own point later on in the podcast when he's talking about.
You know what? I would have. You know what I would have said to double
money
whammy him. Oh, I'm sorry, Kirsten. What were we saying?
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm saying.
I would say, you know what I would have.
Fuck. Go ahead.
No, you go.
All I was trying to say is this nigga undoes himself later on in this podcast, because when he's talking about how much money did he make off the patents, didn't he say zero? He made nothing. That's zero.
Yeah. But I would have really gotten his face and really like rubbed salt in the wound and been like, well, how many times did you hit your wife?
0.
Because he has domestic abuse charges against him. And he brought that up saying that they are lies. I would have went, well, how many times did you hit your wife?
Well, you know, that's another
0, right?
That's why I don't look at people look at this show, Joe Rogan Experience, as an interview show. And I've never looked at it as an interview show. I look at it as dudes hanging out, talking. You know what I mean? Like, I've never seen this as one information or inform. Like, you can be informed by things on this show,
or you could be purely entertained.
And there are times where you also can just be like receiving information that's just completely fucking wrong. I think that there's an importance to that to a certain degree, because it's like free speech. People should be able to say whatever the fuck they want in this country, at least. But at the same time, there's consequences for everything that you say. So Terrence Howard, for instance, is going to just look like a fucking idiot and, you know, probably ruin his entire career just from having this interview. Right. But
you would think, but
no, I mean, Terrence Howard hasn't worked in a long time because of how hard he is to work with, because of the esotericness of his nature. And, you know, like, this isn't something he just came up with a couple of years ago. Like, this is a issue that he's had in Hollywood. So, but I just want to try to get to this 2 times too.
It should be attached to currency in that regard, because in physics, it's either nothing remains still. There's nothing still in the universe. There's nothing that doesn't have motion, because everything is connected. So if one thing is still, everything that's connected to it has to be still. There can never be one thing still. So as electricity tries to get to its balanced state, right when it gets there, magnetism takes over and it pushes over. So there's this pendulum, and as soon as it gets to this state, it bounces off that other noble gas.
Hold on, is this nigga a crip? What's going on here?
That's the evil eye, isn't it?
Oh,
I can't tell.
You can't zoom in on.
It's probably some Wakanda forever shit. He's like, because you know, Wakanda's it exists because I invented it.
You know he invented Wakanda. Stop playing. You know he invented Wakanda. Y'all know. Quit playing with him.
It makes its way all the way back over here, and it's about to have equanimity, and then it gets pulled back into the other direction.
Now, what happens is, what's crazy is this nigga is really smart, because I don't know them words. Half of them words, you know, he be saying, I'm like, equanimity. Hold on, let me see.
And see, that's another point I wanted to bring up. It was just like the words he's using is like, I know a good deal of the words he's using, and you are using them wrong.
Well, equanimity. I mean, I understand where first of all,
I mean, not that one, for example, but the way he just describes things, I was like, that's not what that means, man.
Right. Yeah.
He makes his own version of what it means to suit himself in that moment.
And if you don't know what these really big words are, or the context he should be using them in, like, even if you know what those words mean, but you don't know the context that they should be used in, yeah, he's probably not.
Exactly.
He's right.
Exactly. Which is a tool which you know, that people use to manipulate or control a conversation. But also in this case, I'm like, man, maybe he even feels like he's right to a certain degree. I think that he thinks he's right. I think that he thinks he's right. I think
I 100% believe he believes.
Well,
I believe he believes.
I was saying earlier that I think I indicated earlier that I didn't believe him, but I think, or not believe him, but believe he thought these things. But yeah, I think he really believes these things.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it in his eyes. He's like, I've got this. This is the most genius thing anybody's ever heard. I'm on a different plane of existence.
Do I believe what he's saying? Yeah. I believe he believes in what he's saying.
Why you calling me? I'm right.
That's gonna be his existence for the next few years. He gonna walk out to Oxford tomorrow.
Why you calling me? I'm right.
That's how it's gonna be for him.
Here's what.
No, you got any thoughts? You got any thoughts before I keep trying to find this? Actually, I'm gonna pull him down and I'm gonna try to find this.
My thing is, you got it.
Oh, go ahead, Terry. We keep doing.
My thing is, I find it irresponsible when someone has such a high following like Joe Rogan to use your platform to willfully spread misinformation, or to say maybe he doesn't. Joe Rogan doesn't seem like he knows what the fuck's going on. And you think he might be onto something, so I wouldn't say willfully spread, but to not actually have information fact checked and look, and then when you know that something is wrong, to say, yeah, he found out later that he is full of shit. But he's not going to ever put a retraction out. He's not going to backstory and say, hey, don't believe what he was saying and all this is wrong and these are the reasons why. That's not going to be a thing. It might be a thing where he pulls out somebody else to go interview and just has another show. That's it. That's what he has a patent on. The actual toy itself, the model is what he has a patent on. They're fucking
a fidget
toys.
spinner. We already have those.
That's what he has patents on. Different toys like that. Not some new revolutionary shape that they're going to be using to rebuild the foundation of life and shit and disprove gravity like he keeps claiming. No, that is what the patent is on. That design of that model for a fucking toy.
You know what? As y'all probably figured out.
What does the toy do? It
don't do nothing.
It's niggos. It's something better than that word right now. It's niggos. That's what it is. It's building blocks, magnetic shapes you can put together and cool, unique patterns like he's doing.
I can't wait to go to Niggos land. I can't wait to go to Niggos land. Like I'm gonna go
with like mini Terrence Howards is coming at you and it's like gravity isn't real, kids. It's just
where you get into
there is no zero.
They can make little small things. I at least remember reading something back in the day where they were talking about like how they had the technology to make Marty McFly's little hoverboard, skateboard thing, but it's just would cost like so much money that it would not make sense to even try to make it type situation. But like, if you think about it like that, like there are situations like Morgan was saying earlier, like a lot of this dude's stuff is based in truth. But like when I guess when he tries to go into where he's taking credit for shit, where he's trying to say like, I know this and they don't know this, you know what I'm saying? Like I did this before they did this. That's when he goes off to where it's like clearly this nigga lying. But like any cult leader, that's what it kind of gets you to. He talks a lot about his wife, his current wife right now, and how she got him into a lot of this shit, how she got him into this diet plan and the way he lives now.
There's a part in here where an alarm goes off and he's like, I have to take my detox. My wife has me on these detox. And I wrote that down. I was like, this man is literally taking snake oil right on live TV. Almost like a little slide ad for his wife's crazy detox.
Yeah, you know what?
Parasites in his body.
I didn't think about that. What did he call it?
I forgot the name. I didn't write down the name of it. Like, because one of the things that people like him do is that they just blurt out so much misinformation at you so fast that you just can't focus on one thing. When as soon as you're debunking something, you gotta like debunk 5 more things already. It's like too late. You won't get enough. It's a whole
You're absolutely right. There's nothing. Like, I really want to find that because it was so iconic.
It was early on. I remember that part.
It was so iconic to me, that moment, because I was like, yo.
Somewhere under the 30-minute mark. because I remember I started because I was walking when I heard that my first walk. I started at the beginning, and it's one of the top things I have on here. So it's probably like around 15 minutes, maybe ish.
Yeah, okay. I'm about to pull. Oh man, I lost my spot. I'm looking for it right now.
It might be a clip. Just be like Terrence Howard.
Right.
Yeah, I looked for that first. Didn't see it. It's definitely further than 15 minutes. It's like right before he starts talking about the shapes, right?
No, I think it's after, isn't it?
After the shapes?
I think it's after the shapes.
Okay.
Well, the snake oil part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's right at the beginning, around like 10 or 15 minutes. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So it's before the shapes, then
shapes.
It's like right after the table, right? The what do you call it? Periodic table.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's like during the periodic table, because I think that's what interrupts it, because the alarm goes off.
Thank God
I'm
for that.
skipping like 5 seconds ahead at a time, so I'm trying to see.
Right, because you'll see it, because he makes it such a big fucking orchestrated ordeal.
Matter of fact, I'm about
I have to take this and taking his time. Look at it, bro. It's 2 different things, and he's like just taking so long.
I'm gonna pull it up so that you can show, like, so we can look at it together. I don't want to play
How
too
many
much.
layers did this nigga need to wear? It's summertime.
Seriously, like, first of all, that is fly. I ain't gonna lie, that's fly.
Yeah,
But-
he drips off the chain.
But
Yeah,
also,
he always looks nice. Except that Auburn wig he had on that day.
did y'all notice this 2 squared equals?
Right, and I was loving the shirt too that he ran. I was like, he came out dripping for it, like.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. This nigga be fresh all the time. This nigga looks amazing for his age. You know what I mean? Like, whatever he is,
Like, he has money and beauty products, and all the people that we can never
You're
get
not
a
ugly,
hold
you're
of.
just poor.
You're not ugly. You're just bored.
like Joe wrote, to be fair, like as well, like because you were mentioning things that Joe was pointing out, like poking holes in certain things, and like the elixir shit, he poked holes all in that. You know what I mean? He was like giving him credit, like, yeah, you look amazing for your age, like, and all that. But like, you said your wife is the one who like changed all these things. He's like, Joe said, did you change your diet? He was like, yeah, I changed my diet. I only eat this. I only eat that. And I do. And he was like, do you think that may have anything to do with the fact that you got rid of the dark circles under your eyes?
Yeah. Like, there were some points where I was like, I can't believe Joe Rogan is the one making sense right now.
That's why I watched the show, because like, Joe Rogan,
because there's some points where he tried to poke holes in it, but like there's one point towards the middle where he's talking about being anti-vax, and then Joe's just like, oh hell yeah, I'm anti-vax, and talking about ivermectin and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, I hate you so much.
Yeah, they didn't really go deep into that, but yeah, he did start mentioning that. But I mean, like, this is the thing about the vaccine, like, everybody was half right, everybody was half wrong, and which is usually how it goes when something comes out and then people are outraged about it on any way, shape, or form, like on either spectrum. When you go way out here, like way left or way right, usually you end up finding yourself back in the middle, because that's where reality usually lies, is in the middle. And so this dude is so far out, he ain't left, he ain't right, he in space. Like, what he is talking about, it is just outrageous, but not because I believe that there's free energy. Like, I believe in free energy. I believe in the math that actually states, that there's like, anti-gravity can take place, and there's technology out there that they're not telling us about, for sure. That's
no, I'm sure, but yeah.
Right. We all, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. We all have our theories, right? We all have thoughts of how things may be or they may not be represented the way that is truthful. But one thing we do know is science, goddamn it. Like, goddamn, nigga, like, shit, this shit, Like, come on, bro. You ain't even hitting the basic lines of science, my guy. Like,
my problem is they always treat these scientists like science isn't always admitting that it's wrong and correcting itself. They always be like, these guys think this science is 100% true. It's their gospel, and they never change from it. I'm like, no, man, you're confusing that with religion. Science always corrects itself and what is always willing to admit that it's wrong. And if anything you said was actually right, scientists would be fucking cheering. They are always looking for answers to this shit. They don't want to somebody, they're not going to be like, oh, you have an answer, we don't want it, it's going to change things. No, they look for this type of shit, and your shit didn't make any goddamn sense. Your shit wasn't hot shit, it was bullshit.
Yo,
okay, and all these people always try to like make it be like some conspiracy. We're gonna like, if we reveal this, like he starts talking about like giants and dragons and stuff, talking about if they were real. And I was like, what would that even change if they were real? That wouldn't change anything. Why would they want to keep that a secret that we had them? No one cares.
You couldn't keep it a secret. Giants and dragons, how do you keep a dragon a fucking secret?
Well, you could keep dragons a secret. Well, because technically, I'm just saying, this is how they keep dragons a secret. First of all, I want to say shout out to Cass.
Thank you, Cass.
Cass, for the listening audience, Cass said, "Y'all are so funny, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that." Is that a cactus? That's a cactus right there. It looks.
It looks like a middle finger. That's cool.
Cass, where is that at? Yeah, it does look like a middle finger. That is cool. Where is that at? Is that Joshua Tree? Is that in California? Is it in New Mexico? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let us know what's going on, man. That's interesting to me. Fifth Bantha said, religion also hits you with bullshit so fast you can't poke enough holes in it. You know what I call that? Call that a Trumpism. That's what Trump does. It's Trumponomics.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the main people I was thinking about, just how he says his bullshit so fast.
I was right. It's Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Arizona. Look, I never heard that before, but I'm bugging with it. Tucson, Arizona.
It's from What We Do in the Shadows, the series.
Oh, man.
A regular human bartender from Tucson,
I have seen that show, but I have like seen it in spurts. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I really wish we had been coming.
Yeah.
It came out before we were doing the podcast, I think, or maybe it came out like, I think.
Like kind of during.
I'm talking about before we were doing our podcast. Okay. Like we was the Drunk Banthas podcast. I was like, damn, I would like to cover it, but it's already going type shit.
She's so sweet.
Cass said, yes. Saguaro? Where is that? What is that?
Saguaro.
Saguaro. Yeah, you know, when you said it, it sounds right when the way I'm reading it. The way I'm reading it, yeah, Saguaro.
It's getting worse. You keep trying it.
Saguaro National Park. I love your hair too.
Thank you.
And
I just did it.
Morgan, Fifth Bantha, he said it's a great show. Believe him. Believe that. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. And what's his name from that show? He's in Fallout. So it was a good time. I'm just want to find that one moment in this fucking video before we leave.
This whole goddamn interview was
in a different state. One is
it's this moment where he like drinks that fucking elixir.
In that month's working.
I don't need to hear your goofy ass nigga. Like we just need like. To be honest, like this is all showing exactly what you were talking about. Is like what you were talking about, Kirsten. Like his focus, his eyes, like the passion that he truly has about what he's talking about.
He is smelling his own shit, like Terry said, and he's like, yes, he is high off his own supply.
He has at least convinced himself that this shit is real, whether or not.
Oh, you know what? Go to around 30-ish. I'm looking at my notes now, and it's I put after the periodic table, and it's after the 1 × 1 = 2, and after where he says he admits Neil deGrasse Tyson told him he was stupid.
After the shapes. Or before the shapes?
Before the shapes.
Damn, that's like a small fine. Oh wait, it must be right here where he's like drinking. Maybe I don't know. He's drinking a cup or something. Maybe that elixir doesn't taste that good.
Cup of that dark liquor because he's lost his shit.
He's off the plot. You know what's funny about that shit?
Down the Hennessy, nigga.
Put down the Hennessy.
That Henny in the corner.
All right, we went to the 25s now. I'm only going 5 seconds at a time, so it should have happened by now. I mean, like I shouldn't be skipping over. I don't feel like I'm going far enough.
Did he take it like a shot or did he sip it like a wine?
Well, no, he like goes through the trouble of picking up his bag and
going through it,
and then showing it to Joe. Like he showed it to Joe. Then I never saw him actually take it.
You know what? I think I got it. I found a clip.
There we go. That's easier.
Yeah, I found a clip.
Yeah, throw it in the Chizat.
Chat to the Izzo.
Chat to the Izzy. For shizzle, my nigga. This nigga Terrence is crazy. Nigga crazy. Let's see here. By the way, shout out to everybody fucking with us. We got more people in the chat. We fuck with y'all. Y'all fucking with us. This is the Bantha Bun Show. And man, we've been talking crazy, man. If you haven't been with us
watching,
and please leave me your thoughts on whether or not you're understanding why I'm calling this man out on his bullshit. And please tell me you agree with me.
Yeah, in the comments, man. Don't be shy. If you're watching this and in the future and you didn't catch the live, make sure you put it in the comments. What did you feel like? How do you feel about how crazy this dude is? Or maybe you feel like he's right. Let us know. Like I was gonna say, let me know what you want me to debunk next. Like what didn't I address that you still think that you're still holding on to that he's right? So I can also there might be some people out there who really feel like, you know what? If you got something that he needs to debunk, or if you feel like you could debunk what Terry has presented you, put it in the comments.
Debunk the funk.
Yeah, we gonna talk about it, man. We gonna fucking talk about it. Now I'm gonna roll this beautiful beam footage. It's right around the shapes part here.
Nitrogen. And as I was saying, electricity is always trying to get to the center, and now that's the and it was me. They gave me the path.
The negative space in between, and this is ignored when they're concentrating on straight lines.
Completely, because this, if you look from the top, I haven't violated anything. It fits perfectly inside of there. But this is the negative space where 8 bubbles meet. But you'll notice it has 8 contractive poles, but it only has 6 magnetic poles.
Now, if
I tried them at an event,
I can't remember. Man, that is explainable. I can't remember why, but that is explainable. Damn. Hold on, bro. Where is this shit?
I thought you just got didn't Terry find the clip?
This is the clip. This is the one he sent me.
Oh, was it 3 hours?
What? No, I sent you not in the chat. There should be, or maybe I copied the wrong thing. My bad.
No. Here it is.
Okay. No, this is only like
it didn't switch over, is what happened.
There we go.
Great. I was arguing with my teacher because we're talking about the square root of 100. Oh my God.
So your phone?
Yeah, that's my detox thing.
I got the same alarm.
I'm supposed to detox right now.
No, I don't. You got a Galaxy phone.
Detox. Detox on a timer? What do you do?
My wife got me these things. I'm supposed to take this.
What is that?
And
Pure Body Extract.
And there's another one.
Advanced Daily Cellular Detox. What's in this?
Oh boy, and this too.
Crack.
What's in this stuff?
And that's why I watch this show, and I'm gonna elaborate on that.
Just things to counteract the natural the metals that we have in our bodies that wear us out.
And you just take these periodically throughout the day on a timer?
I gotta do it now.
Okay.
I take a dropper, part of that dropper, and then 4 sprays, and it removes the parasites from your system.
Parasites, yeah, that part.
Yeah,
Northern British Columbia.
Oh, parasites, man.
Because then later on, like you say, he didn't really talk about being anti-vax. He goes on to talk about ivermectin and the parasites also being removed from your body, and that he was a firm believer that ivermectin was horse dewormer. Don't try.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
No, so many drugs are used for many different things outside of their regular use. Like
it's like Ozempic is actually for diabetics.
Ozempic
Not
is for
being
diabetics.
Skinny bobheads.
Gabapentin is for epileptics, but it's also used to control pain. There's all different types of drugs.
Of course, I take a antihistamine, but the high levels of the antihistamine also works for anxiety.
Exactly. But I'm just saying. So vermectin may be used in other applications that do serve a purpose outside of horses, but for the purposes of preventing you from getting COVID, like there's little to no evidence showing anything relative to that.
There have been certain tests on it to combat certain viral infections where they're still testing it. It's not official. It's not done. They don't use it for this at all, but they have noted that it sometimes works against this thing. But it's not approved. You don't do it for that because it hasn't been fully tested. It definitely does not work against the COVID virus, but it was something completely different. But people see that those half informations, and just run with it.
And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. You can go far left and you can go far right, and then you end up finding yourself back in the middle. So because we can say that don't do shit, it's just fucking horse tranquilizer and it'll kill you, or you can say like, because it'll fucking cure fucking COVID. The fact of the matter is, it is useful in elements and practical uses of healthcare and health treatment, but it is not used for this other shit that y'all are trying to say that it's used for either. It's drugs are actually way more complicated than you probably think. But in America, in this country, we have a relationship that's different with drugs because drugs are put on
commercials.
Exactly. And like the Oprah interview with Harry and what's her name? I know her name. Sarah went to school with her. Little Frothy went to school with her. Yeah. So I'm like, but the thing that was crazy is that premiered in the UK as well, and everybody was like, yo, what the fuck is up with all these drug commercials? Yeah, because we the only country in the world that does that. So we have a different relationship with drugs. We just think, oh, drugs, yeah, you either take them, some people have like, oh yeah, take it. And then some people are like, man, you can't take that. It ain't been tested. It'll give you liver disease and make you shit and make you die. Like,
even the stuff that's been tested, like I take Zoloft now, and it's given me a salt deficiency and made my anemia worse. So I have had to up my iron pills or I will slowly die. And also I have to eat a little bit of salt like I have POTS. It's crazy.
Yeah, you will get you could freeze to death. Like you gotta fucking eat you some shit. Yeah, that's
to death in summer. That's the dumbest, most asinine shit.
Dude, in the desert. Can you imagine freezing to death in the desert?
Happened to Kirsten, she froze to death in 120-degree weather.
Yeah, it was. Hell, she froze to death, man. What was the temperature? 120 degrees negative? No, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. It was hot. It was hot outside. It was the burner. She had freezer burn. Oh man, that was ridiculous. I can't believe Kaz is sitting here chilling like this. Kaz said, yeah, let me go to the comments because damn, I fucking hate this mouse. Hold on a second. There we go. Oh man. Hold on a second.
He's queuing up something.
Nah, man. I hate this laptop. It's queued up to do stupid shit for stupid reasons. But anyway,
yeah, that's just the government trying to affect our podcast because they know we speak the truth.
I'm telling you, it should be happening like that. Yo, we know though that the government tried to stop this podcast when we was talking about the octopus murders. We know that really happened.
And on Coonskin, we know.
We know that the government is really watching us. Like we got.
Sometimes he speaks truth about stuff that happens, but
at least YouTube is. They're on our jock.
Yeah. Kaz said this was a good show. I subscribed today. Man, thank you. Appreciate you. Damn, man. Y'all need to take heed and notice right now. You know, this is what the real ones do. Shout out to you. Hit us up on Drunk Banthas on Instagram or Drunk Banthas on Twitter. We'll send you a shirt. You know what I'm saying? You can say Drunk Banthas or it'll say we'll let you choose which one you want. We'll send you a shirt. But get up with us and let's figure that out. Morgan said Viagra isn't a boner medicine. That's true. It was developed to be an antibiotic, and then it had a
strange side effect.
A strange side effect, and they stopped putting that. They put that shit to the side. Like,
hey, bro, you feeling better? Yeah, I got a boner all of a sudden. I feel great.
Cass also said Ozempic makes people shit themselves. Well, that's the secret. Clearly, now we know the secret into how they lose the weight.
Surprise, surprise.
Ozempic, niggas got to get a colostomy bag to take Ozempic. Jesus Christ. Dion's thoughts and feelings.
100%. Yeah.
Caribbean people will have just the right mixture of herbs for any illness.
Yeah. Jamaicans give you some weird shit and then be like, go ahead and take it. And then just disappear. And you're like, okay. They don't explain what's in it. It's brown usually, or like a weird black.
They go,
right.
I'm just thinking about
chicken foot over you.
The Bushmaster. Like I remember that whole season of season 2 of Luke Cage.
Caribbean people be like seasoning you like chicken to get you better. Take some of that. Like, God damn it.
They put a little jerk on you, you'll be all right. Like, oh man, that was a good one. Dion's thoughts and feelings. Shout out to Dion's thoughts and feelings. Yeah. I hope you hear more of Dion's thoughts and feelings. Fifth Bantha said the government is against us on Coonskin too.
Yeah, it was earlier on.
He said, "Hey, Cass, stick around. It gets weirder."
100%.
Well, the motto here is we talking nerd news, we talking crazy shows, and we talk. As always, we talking shit. Check out the Drunk Banthas merch store is in the description, and you can get you and as always, we're talking shit shirt with the samurai taking a shit on the shirt. That's amazing. You know what? I'm gonna post that before we get up out of here. I'm gonna pull it up before we get out of here. But
oh my God.
Actually, you know what? I can't do all that. I'm not fixing to do all that. You know, fuck it. Is it unless it's right here? Oh, here it is. I was about to say I'm not fixing to do that shit. Like it's been a long day. I'm actually taking the train to San Francisco tomorrow. So anybody that's going to be in San Francisco this weekend, go ahead and hit your boy up. For some reason, the share is gone here. Yeah, but hit me up. We in the DMs on Instagram. We're gonna be there. These are the new shirts that we got, and I don't know if they're gonna let you get the teddy bear because they wouldn't let us get the because it said drunk on it before. It wouldn't let us purchase. it wouldn't let us sell it. So, but
that's so stupid because Build-A-Bear sells sexy bears every Valentine's Day. They don't get nothing. No pushback.
You know what? I agree with you.
Kevin
And
Spacey bears.
but at Spread Shop they have morals. So,
what do the bears look like? Send me a picture. I'll send them to my cousin overseas.
here you go. This is what the bears look like right here. I'll you want me to send it to you still? Or you want me
Yeah.
Actually, wait. So I'm not even showing everybody right now. Sorry, y'all, man. Sorry, y'all. Like I didn't know I could. I know y'all could see it in the little preview thing, but yeah, y'all. This is what the bear. Is it a bear or is it a dog?
It's a dog.
This one's a dog. This one's a dog. Okay,
Bears don't have those kinds of ears.
They got bears too. They got bears. I promise. But this one's a dog. It's a dag. I'm gonna put this one in the private chat for y'all. But yeah, we got t-shirts. Let me go to the t-shirts because I thought I was sharing my screen earlier like a dumbass. We got little bags. We got t-shirts. We got hoodies. We got compasses. We got dinghies. This is a samurai toilet bumper sticker. What? Come on, man. Let's get with the program, man. Because as always, we're talking shit. Don't buy this bumper sticker. Clearly, that's stupid. That's dumb. I'm gonna take that item off for purchase. But
or buy it and put it on your toilet like a toilet bumper.
Ooh, I like that.
Terrence Howard's not the only one with ideas.
He is not. But yeah, go ahead. Purchase one of these things if you want one. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all really hard and they all really good material. We've already got a lot of them for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, damn. Why does everybody keep? No, not that one. 2,000 subs on Nerds at Night. YouTube won't and cannot stop us. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I see dead people. Nonsense. That's the dog from Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know what dog. Oh, the little dog from okay. I got you. He also said, I don't have a car for the bumper sticker, but I'll put it on the Cybertruck I see. Oh, yeah. Next Cybertruck you see is getting it. Yeah, vandalism is always encouraged here at the Drunk Bantha Show. I mean, the Bantha Bud Show, we always encourage all of that. Let me get back to it. This is the Bantha Bunch Show. We are going to get up out of here. But before we get up out of here, I just want to ask you, Kirsten, where can the people find you?
Well, you can find me. Yes, I finally got it on time. You can find me over on Instagram. It's Kirsten Cobb. Oh no, Kirsten Cobb 1 is Twitter. Kirsten_Cobb is Instagram. It's just all my social media is my name, Kirsten Cobb, because why not? It's easier.
And you don't have to worry about looking for her on Twitter. I'm pretty sure. Oh, God damn it. I keep hitting the wrong button. You don't have to worry about looking for her on Twitter. Just type in Kirsten Cobb. I'm pretty sure there's no porn stars named Kirsten Cobb. So you won't have any problem. Like, it's so weird, Twitter, man. Twitter is a fucking dark space. Like they say the dark internet is like somewhere else. Like you got to work to get to it. No, you just have to type in Twitter or just x.com at this point. They've made it easier. But Terry, where can the people find you? Puppies.
Always, you can find me at my Instagram.
Whoa.
Then CO, where you can get yourself some lovely pins that I have right here. Let's see if they're zoomed in right. Yeah, right there. You can see them.
Yeah.
From afar. You know. Actually, where's my new one? Oh yeah, and get ready for Pride because we got these for you.
Can you bring it up to the? Can you bring it up a little closer? That one people need to see. It's gonna focus. Boom! Oh, it was
I'm gonna buy that one, Terry. That's cute.
There you are. Boom! Man, those are dope. Those are dope.
But I have all the sexual identities, not just this one. So go ahead and check the site.
Yes, yes, yes. Please go check us. Check out all of our stuff. Get you some pins. And if you want like 100,000 pins, just for yourself, go ahead and hit them up. You could also do that just for your stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Cass said, good night. This was fun. Hey, you can always check us out every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, or if you want to jump on the Drunk Banthas podcast on Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. I am your boy, Bill. This is the Bantha Bunch Show, Drunk Banthas podcast. Drunk Banthas channel or the Nerds at Night channel or Twitter, wherever you're at. We love you. We appreciate you for coming through. You know what I'm saying? This is brought to you by Music and Coffee Studios. Yeah, that's right. So check us out, fuck with us, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Oh, this nigga for real just
He hit the wrong button and we're still recording. He just kicked himself out and didn't stop the recording. I can't stop it, can you?
No.